I'm here. Yeah. Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing today? I'd like to thank everyone for joining me and whoever may be my guests for the day. And my dog ran off. So thanks for everyone joining here. We got take a look at the side chat, see who's been in here already. Steve Franklin was here. Thank you very much, Steve, for the engagement. Thank you. Canuck Gal. Hey, how you doing? Jed, nice to see you. Alban, as always can count on Alban. Thanks for he was on the show last week, hanging out with me. Eddie G, what's up? Let's see who else we got over here. Rojas. And if you would like to see an interview, Rojas and Next Level Tech did an interview with me. It's been weeks back, and he released it on their podcast. I will do my best. Rojas, if you would post the link to your channels for that thing, and I will post that in here. I'll repost in here so people can get a link to those podcasts, that other channel that you have going on there. So thanks for joining on the side. Monkey, yeah, another fight night. We had fights last night. Cage fight. That was there's 2 nights in a row. It was Wednesday night and Thursday night where the cage, what's it? CFFC, cage fighting. I'm not sure. It's CFFC, which is kind of a lower level UFC. There's where their kind of guys are working their way up. Some interesting fights that I watched. So it's on tonight. That was on last night, the night before. Alban can tell us who's fighting tonight, but I know there's fights tomorrow night, and then which is UFC is tomorrow night. Some fights are on tonight. So awesome, exciting. Thanks. Let's see who else we got in here. Sorry, I've jumped right through here. Tan Delta, thanks for joining the show. Brooklyn Cord Cutters, thanks for joining. Marvin, thank you. Shelly, thanks for joining. Franz, got a bunch of people in here. John, Clifford, Blindseye, I saw he was over here. Aaron's in here. So, Rojas is going to show that on me in Telegram. Sure. Yeah, and I'll be happy to post it in here for everyone to see. Giorgio, thanks for joining. Monique, Jazzy, thank you for watching. Thank you for jumping over here. Trevor, Sohal, I'm probably saying that wrong. Sohal? I'm probably saying it incorrectly because I am terrible with enunciation. And thanks, Jim. And again, you guys get a beverage. Relax. We're here to have a good time. I don't even know who's going to be on the show today. I actually have a couple people that may come on the show, but we don't even know. I don't even know. And we're just going to play it off the cuff, and we're just going to see what happens. Because I think the best shows are just the shows that just, other than the engagement show, I'm going to have to say that was a pretty decent show. I think we had a pretty good time on that one. So I'm going to give that one a thumbs up. I'll give it a play. So for you guys that have not watched Player Pass, Wednesday nights, 5 p.m. Eastern, Player Pass, we review 2 movies. We open the panel. You're able to join the panel if you've watched those movies, talk about what you thought about them, or to stay in the side chat and tell us what you think about the movies. It's a good time. You don't have to be a tech nerd. You just have to watch the movies. This week is Child 44, which is an Alban pick. Blue picked Black Hawk Down. So those are the 2 movies that we'll be reviewing this week. And then Andrew and I get to pick the 2 movies for the following week. And that's going to be a head-to-head to see who rolls and who rules in the picking of the movies. We're going to just see. Patty D, thank you for joining the show over there on the side. Let me take a gander over at who's over here. So again, panel's open if people would like to join. If people would like to join, they're welcome to join. I do have Jizz Planet may pop in. He was on his way home. He was a little bit nervous about coming on, but he was going to see if he'd come on, and that would be great if he could come on the show. I don't want to say if he wants to come because that just sounds bad, but we could come on the show. He could join the show. How about if we say it that way? He could join the show. Jizz Planet. It's just I have to be careful about how I say things. Rojas, thank you. Let me post this. Oh, I was just meaning Rojas, I'm gonna just click on your channel. I'll get the link through here, bud, because it's beyond the streams. I just want to post your group, or I should say, your channel. So we get that, and I will post it over here for everyone to see. Again, thanks to Next Level Tech for he had a show that's on right before mine, and I always know when he's finishes his show right before mine, and he like says, "Everybody join Dab's show." So it's always great to have. Look at 55 people right off the bat. Michael, Jason, thanks for y'all joining. Taib, thank you for joining. Cody Man, thank you for shrinking sharing. Thank you for joining. And I posted the link over there, folks. Check that out. It's Beyond the Streams. That's Next Level Techs and Rojas's YouTube channel, where they're trying to do a little something different. I think that they're doing a great job. They're trying to create podcasts and all kinds of really cool stuff. And that's really what's cool about a lot of this stuff, folks, is they're trying to do something a little bit different. They're not trying to be a cookie cutter for everybody, and I think you should check them out, see if they've got some stuff in there. I love the idea of them having that little bit of the two people working together, coming up with some suggestions. Hello, Blue. And she's muted, so she's working on something difficult there. Dick, Eddie D, Ed D, Next Level Tech over there. Totally Tech Tim. Totally Techno Tim. My tongue getting all twisted up. So we got that going on. Nice to see everybody. So let's just talk. One of the first things that everybody's been talking about this week, Trooper, nice to see you, bud, is Cody 19 came out. Cody 19 came out in the Alpha 1. Now, does that mean you need to run out and install Matrix Cody 19 Alpha 1? And as you see, Blue shaking her head. We can't hear, but she's saying no. Reason being, and I have said this for months, people. For months I've said this. Do not be the first kid to run on the block to install Cody 19, even if it was final version, because it is written in Python 3. All add-ons prior were written in Python 2. I'm trying to make an analogy because the language is not the same. It's like just because it's English, that doesn't translate over to French. Now, they may have some things that are similar between the two languages, but it does not translate exactly over. So if you're running Cody 19 and you have all your favorite add-ons that were in Cody 18, 98% of it will not work, because there's only a couple add-ons off the top of my head, and I will say that I saw Saren say that he was Python 3, which is Cody 19 compatible.
I think Auto Widget.
Yeah, he talked about it. Maybe Finn. I might have saw that Finn said that they were going to be Python 3 ready. I know that Shadow is working on it. Not ready, but is being worked on.
Same thing with Gens.
Yep. Thanks to a group of people, including Blue, that has actually been helping to translate Python 2 over to Python 3. So great times. It's that is going to happen.
Yeah, like I mean, the problem too, I think, with most add-ons is unless they're like self-contained, you can get yours ready. But if the dependencies you're using aren't ready, then you're going to hit issues in that. So it's kind of like everybody's got to get on the same page for this to work. So, and you know what? I never ever grabbed an alpha. I mean, essentially, they're making
or a beta
guys into or a beta. They're making you guys into guinea pigs to test their bugs. Is what it is. Mm-hmm. And then you're hoping you're going to report stuff that maybe they didn't test it on a certain device or with a certain. So don't touch it. Don't touch it until it's a release candidate in RC.
And as when we talk about the dependencies, for people that may not understand the dependencies, if you've ever installed an add-on, especially Cody 18 did this. When you installed an add-on, you would see that it would tell you all the dependencies that it needed to install. So it would say URL resolver or resolve URL or I'm trying to think. I can't even think of
bunch of straight up just Cody stuff, like just straight from Cody repo.
And you'd see all these things that says to install, you want to give permission to all these things to install. And you would say, okay, more times than not, you didn't even pay attention to that. You just said, okay, you want to install it. It would install
it's like the fine print on anything you buy. Nobody ever reads that.
Yeah, nobody reads that stuff. So all those things have to be Python 3 ready and written in Python 3 for Cody 19. So all those things have to be in place. So if you have one of those dependencies that's still in Python 2, it's not going to install. It just takes one dependency to crap it out. Now, as Blue says, if you're all self-contained, let's say you were running I like some add-ons pre-install all they control all of the dependencies. If you have that type of add-on where all they've controlled and they've rewritten all those, then it will install. But the majority of them are not going to be ready. There is tools,
and a big portion of the add-ons, so like all the ones that are coming from the Cody library, they'll have 19 versions. Yeah, like all those specific scripts, they will have 19 versions. So if your add-on just uses straight up, rest of your stuff just comes from Cody repo, you'll probably be okay too. But it's that like URL resolver and resolve URL, like not the Cody one, but the TV add-ons one and Jay Sergio's one and whatever, they'll have to be fixed.
Good job, because Djal's worked on that or is updating that one.
But all that stuff, Python coding, everything
has to be Python 3. So
we'll see, I guess, when it comes down to it.
And I actually posted a picture in some of my groups where I follow some different groups, of course, on Facebook and stuff. And people installed Cody 19 because they saw it was brand new. And then it was Cody actually posted it. Says Cody 19 Alpha 1 has been released. And then there was people that had wrote, I just installed it over my Cody 18 and none of my add-ons are working. What did I do wrong? I have to delete everything and start over. Because if you take your Cody 18 and then you stick Cody 19 on it, it's not gonna work.
Well, you're
gonna have to delete it.
It never worked from 17 to 18. Like it's not a Python 2, Python 3 issue. It's you basically had to rebuild.
Yeah.
Did you not? From one main, like from 18.6 to 18.7, you're fine. But from 17 to 18, if you got overwritten on your Android device, for example, if you were using the place,
most times it broke stuff. It would
screwed up your build.
It would break stuff. It always did. It would break. Sometimes you'd get lucky and it would install, and most things would seem okay. But usually you end up with bugs and
that's why when you have a wizard, you see 17 builds, 18 builds, and you grab the one.
Exactly. You're right. So don't be the first guy on the neighborhood unless you're just wanting to experiment. If you're wanting to experiment, go with it. And that's a great idea. Let's see. So that's gonna be out there. Noir, what's you doing, bud? What are you doing? Just looking through if anybody else. Monique, thanks for joining the show on the side chat. And Delta wrote in here, Delta Dude, it shouldn't take an add-on dev long to change Python 3 for most of my stuff. It was changed in over a day. The key word, the fourth word in there, which is an add-on dev. And Blue and I have said this numerous times. We have a handful of devs. I'd say a handful.
Yeah.
Then we have a slew of people that can make small changes and small edits.
Yep.
Now it is your add-on. If you've made an add-on and you've made some changes, you forked or you created a gen or this or that. It's not to say that you've not created an add-on, because you have. But in my eyes, a dev is someone that can go into the code and make changes.
It's a developer. You can develop the add-on further on from that step.
Not a modifier. So you think about this, somebody that can build a car or someone that can just modify a few things in it.
Or people that basically they fork something and then they wait until the original keeps putting out updates and then they just grab their code. That's not a developer.
No, but and I'm not trying to we're not trying to belittle. We're just saying there is a difference in my eyes. there is a difference between someone that is a developer and someone that is a
Well,
modifier.
And
it's
lots
cool.
of times too, like a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll fork it at them because they want to learn how to be a developer. So they want to have their own base for it. And you know what? A lot of people have learned a lot of stuff and come really far from when we first met them, which is awesome. And actually, I'm just curious to see what's going to happen with everything and whose add-ons are going to be okay and which ones aren't. And I guess we'll sort of see a little bit when it comes down to, you know, who knows what they're doing. I mean, God, I don't. I mean, I did enough, oh my God, bug fixing with Jen there to get it over to 19 that it was like, it's actually kind of fun in a small way because you just check the log for the error and then you fix the error and then you go to the next error because it's an error after error after error. But to be able to understand it and write it is totally different. I can't do that. I'm not a developer.
Yeah,
but I admire people like that. Like, I mean, that look at the code and they're like, oh, no, you need to add this, or you need to take this away, or this is in the wrong place. Or I'm like, what? Because it's Chinese to me.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's not so much Chinese because I mean, you understand
To
parts of it.
No, not really.
Parts of it that you can get, but then it's just not all of it.
No, I don't really know what I'm looking at. I know if I'm missing a colon, or if I got, I'm used a tab instead of a space, or like, that's about it for me. I'm not very, I'm not very Python literate. I did sign up.
Look at he wants, Dick says that maybe Mandrill can make us a dab blue add-on for our marriage. I don't know about that. I did have and I'm sorry if I can't remember who sent it to me. I'd have to look at my Telegram. Someone sent me a blue fork. Huh?
Wait, was it an APK or something?
It was an APK blue. It was blue. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. Because it was
it Funster?
I can't remember.
I just spent the last hour rummaging through my electronics, trying to figure out what to throw out. And of course, I found a PS3, an Xbox 360, and a Wii. And I said to my kid, you know what? Does Aaron want this for boyfriend, or can I give him?
Whoa! What? You got a Wii?
Yeah.
Don't get rid of it.
Well, apparently I can't get rid of any of them. She won't let me get rid of any of them. I'm like, dude, you got a friggin' Xbox One. What do you need a 360 for? Well, I used to like some of those games. I go, you're not going to play them. It's going to just sit in your room and gather dust with everything else.
Okay. All right. So for dabs,
Guitar Hero?
Keep the Wii.
Guitar Hero?
No, not just that. It's heavily you can heavily modify that. I loved having the Wii. My kids, they had a Wii, but it ended up being dabs more than it was theirs, and I modified it and then put the one of the things I want for it is the I want the eye, the little eye that sits on top. I can't remember the bar, the sensor bar that sits up on the top, and then you can use the remote, because with my Raspberry Pi, I was reading that you can use that for shooters. So for arcade games that we need to aim.
This is old though.
It's the Wii is the Wii. Wii is the Wii. The components are the same.
Find out, I guess.
So yeah, I definitely
I actually have shooter games with like a wand thing for the PS3 too.
Yeah, well, the thing is that there's nothing like, for me, and on my Raspberry Pi with all those arcade games, if I could play the Terminator game, and you can do it with the Raspberry Pi, but you need the sensor, and you got to use the wand.
Yeah, I got the sensor for all, not for the Wii because it didn't have it when it came out, but I did for the PS3. I did.
The Wii has the bar that used to sit on top of your TV or underneath your TV. Oh, that's how your wand. It's that little black. It's like a little black bar with a wire plugs into the Wii.
I don't know where that is.
Really?
Hold on, I'm gonna look.
Well, no, don't worry about it right now. Don't worry about it right now.
Oh, no, the bag's right here.
Oh, okay. Because it had the bar, and actually, if you have a Raspberry Pi, like I said, you can, games, arcade games where you have the gun, you can use the Wii remote and the bar as your a gun, so you don't have to buy one of those fancy guns to put in it. So, just a thought. So we got that. Again, I don't know what else we got going on. I'm glancing through some chats. I don't want to be missing what somebody has messaged me over here. So, Lenore, thanks for joining. Funster, thanks for joining the chat on the side. DJ Themes, thanks for joining. So we have, like I said, Cody 19's coming out.
Sorry, good news. It's got the bar.
Yeah, I told you. Yeah, save that. No, that's because we can mess with that and we can.
No, you can mess with that. I'm okay.
There's nothing. The Wii is such the party game. I mean,
I've got all kinds of stuff where you got the mat and you can run on it and bullshit.
Yeah,
and
yeah. There's nothing more than a handful of drinks, and then bring out that and start bowling. Because like with dabs, like when I bowl, I don't do my son used to do the thing. He'd be on the couch and he'd just swing his arm. Dabs does like the 3 steps and then I spin it. Like, I gotta I'm pretending I'm at the bowling alley. So
oh yeah. Just like you pretend you're coaching college basketball and standing up and screaming at them like you're the coach. Yeah, I've seen it.
And I'm not? No, they hear me.
They can't hear you.
When I'm calling for a different defense and I'm talking about pushing the ball up, they hear me. They hear me. So yeah.
Just funny.
So I did read up a thing, and I was just looking up, and I was going to read it right before the show. And you guys remember LimeWire, and I saw this from Torrent Freak posted this, and the developer of LimeWire actually came up with MooWire. It says it's an anonymous file sharing program where you can share, search, download any kinds of files. And I haven't had a chance to take a look at how it runs or what it runs on. But it looks like a new file sharing system, like I said, that the creator of LimeWire created. Search for keywords or file hash. Okay. So I'm kind of curious how that I always like to check out new P2P type of things. I'm glancing. Kind of reminds me. It has a sender. I'll have to look at it. It looks a lot like LimeWire. Definitely looks like LimeWire. Some of the screens where people are able to share like certain folders. You know how you used to be able to share a folder that would have all your crap in it? It's familiar to that. So MooWire. We'll check this out. All right. Anything you got, Blue, before we go through some of the things that's happening, or people have any questions? Be awesome if you guys want to post over there in the side chat.
No, I just came to hang out a little bit, but I mean, I'm kind of doing stuff, and I don't like sitting down because as soon as I sit down, I don't want to do more stuff.
No, you're not doing that. And you gotta wait. You gotta wait. You gotta wait for our other guest that may jump in here.
I know, but I mean, I'm decluttering, which means
don't worry about it.
I'm in that mode.
You got that time.
I might take my laptop in the bedroom and start sorting my underwear drawer. Who knows?
Not yet. So, yeah, we've got Kong Dev, the developer Kong. He's went by a bunch of different names. He was talking about coming on the show, but he thinks he's going to come on next show. So, more than welcome to come on the show. He sent me a thing, and he's got this Japanese font and stuff, and I'm looking. I'm like, what the hell is that? I'm like, and you are, because I had no idea who the hell this guy is. And he said Kong, and I'm like, oh, okay, I remember seeing him, seeing some stuff over the years. So, more than welcome to join the show if you'd like to join.
Todd,
but yes, ma'am.
How do you spell the new Moo or Mo?
M-U wire. M-U wire. Moo wire. Moo wire. Moo wire. Okay. Whoops, wrong. Sorry about that, Andrew. Okay, so we got that going. Let's see. And all right, so we got that. Noir, I'll send you the link here soon enough. Let's get through some of this stuff first. But I was going to say with the Beyond stream, so they interviewed me about a month ago. They've got part 1 because they said it was going to be like they wanted a 30-minute interview. And he says, yeah, just give us about like a 30-minute interview about, you know, how you got started and this and this and this and this, which is kind of funny because a 30-minute interview or a 30-minute video for me, I mean, come on now. We know how I like to talk. So, yeah, I think we went like an hour and 15, 20 minutes. So they're going to break it down into parts. But we had a lot of good conversation and we had a good time. It was real enjoyable. But he's like, yeah, 30 minutes. We'll be all right. I'm like, phew. Yeah, I had that down pat. Okay. So I'm going to go through a few of the things that's some news, and we'll talk about some sports. And I am going to share, let's see here. Now let me share my screen here. And again, Blue, if you'll watch, if anybody has any questions, as I'm paying attention to this over here. All right, that pop up. Yep. So we have a Comcast. If some people are in some places that may need some internet and they may not be able to afford it, there are some cities that are offering, Comcast is offering internet for low-income families for the back to school, because now we know that all the kids, well, not all the kids, a lot of kids are having to do school online. And they were talking about on the news the other day about how many families don't have internet or don't have a computer or don't have a tablet. So I think Comcast is offering this for certain cities. And I'm not going to go through all the offering internet for as low as $10 a month, $9.95. And here's some cities. They got Arlington, Virginia, Atlanta, Boulder, Colorado, Chicago, Hillsboro, Oregon. So you got a lot of different cities. So you may want to take a look at that if you're in a situation, or you know somebody that's in a situation where they have a school child, a kid that's in school, and they may not be able to afford internet. May need to look into this program, and you can take a look. And this was through Comcast, so a great offering for people that may want to check into being able to get internet for families that may not be able to afford it. And like I said, for $10 a month. So I thought that was a pretty cool thing. Disney Plus Premium Access. And we know that something, Blue knows about something that's going to pop up this coming month, ain't it? Or next month? This month, next month.
September 4th, I think.
Yep, September 4th, which is Mulan, the live action. And it's share, right? Okay, making sure. I'm not real techie here, so I want to make sure I'm doing this correctly. And so Disney's offered this program or a feature called Premier Access. For right now, it is only going to be Mulan. So we're looking at $30 for people to be able to view Mulan. There is some discussion. Is there going to be other items that are going to be part of this Premier Access?
Because people were a little upset about the $30. I mean, I get it. I'm actually going to pay it. Well, remember, we had a little bit of an argument in one of our Telegram groups about that, because people are like, "Oh, fuck that! I'm not paying that." The thing is,
I would.
With me, yeah, they can't release it in theaters, so they're not going to make money in theaters. I know it's Disney; they make a shitload of money. Blah 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 blah, whatever. But I'm willing to pay it because I really want to see it early. I want to see it like as if it was released. Plus, I want to support Mulan because this is my daughter and I grew up on the original Disney cartoon. Loved it. Loved it. And I've been looking forward to a live action since then. So this is, I've, oh my God, well, that was probably 20 years ago, probably, that it was out. So for 20 years, I've been waiting for a live action Mulan. So you know what? I'm going to pay the $30. I'm going to sit with my daughter and watch it. We're going to make popcorn and we're going to enjoy ourselves. And then apparently people thought it was a one-time thing. It's not. It's like, once you pay for it, you can watch Mulan as much as you want. But I mean, I'm assuming months down the road, they're going to have it as a standard thing anyway, just like they did Endgame and, you know, like all the Avengers and stuff like that. But I'm still willing to pay it. Pisses me off, though, when people are like, oh, are you fucking stupid? You know what? Shut up. Mind your own business. If I decide I want to do that, if I want to support this because maybe I want more films like this, keep your shit to yourself. Yeah. You don't have to. I'm not telling you you have to, but I'm going to.
And you, like you said, they would have released this in the movies and they didn't.
Yes, they can't.
Yeah, and one of the things I said in the chat is also with that you have they're going to be able to see what kind of support that actual feature movie had. So maybe they would release something else, Mulan 2 or other stuff.
Yeah, you know what would be good is the $30 got you a month or 2 months, or you know what I mean? Not just the one movie. Maybe if they did that along the way, you know what I mean? But I mean, normally you would take your family, so, you know, family of 4, but even a family of 2, even if her and I went, between ticket price and then buying popcorn and everything, because we like all that stuff too, you're looking at like $40 anyway. So I'm okay with the 30. I want to support it.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's Disney, whatever. I'm not supporting Disney. I'm supporting Mulan.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Tyler, what's up? Tyler's amazed that we have this many people watching the show.
Oh, wow.
He's amazed that his dad's a motherfucking YouTube sensation.
YouTube sensation, yeah.
That's what he's amazed by. And I told him years ago that I was going to be that. So yeah. So Mulan's going to be out there next month. So you guys take a look at that. Check it out. So let's talk. There was another thing here of Fubo TV. Let me pop this in here. Boom.
So that's exactly what I feel like. I get that a day after Mulan comes out, it's going to be streaming somewhere.
Oh yeah, it will.
Be able to get it.
Oh yeah, easily.
But I want to support the cast, the crew. I want to support the people that make this film.
Yeah. Fubo TV, and we've talked about this and there's a few articles that I'm going to go through the stuff that I had seen for this past week. There's a few articles that.
Hey, just a quick question, Todd. Is this a U.S. only thing again?
I think that was U.S. only. Let me
just
back
like
up.
Stuff.
I believe because how long will you have access to? You'll have permanent access to it. So as long as it's in the subscription, will it be available outside Disney? Again, probably. Disney says Disney Plus will offer premier access to Mulan for $29 for more. So it says probably again. So they've not guaranteed it, but they say probably. And I think that Disney's having to play this just like everybody else. There's so much unknown about with this lockdown and when's things going to open. Do you push back a movie and how's this? They're guessing on this.
Well, and I mean, if everything opens back up, they probably won't continue on doing this, or maybe they will, but they'll charge a good amount of money because normally you would go to the show to see it. Now you're not gonna. Maybe they'll even get more people because sometimes I want to see something, but I don't necessarily want to go to the show. Like I only usually go to the show for like big blockbuster action movies. I won't go see a drama. I won't go see a comedy, but that's just me. But I need when it's a big blockbuster, crazy, whatever. I want the big screen. I want the sounds blowing me away where it sounds like it's coming from like, I mean, I know you can get kind of that at home with surround sound stuff. It's not the same.
Yeah, it is. You're right. And I mean, I can't hear the other people talking beside me except for I can't have someone kicking my seat.
That is my only pet peeve, though. Yeah, is other people.
Can I be in here by myself?
The thing about it, Todd, that is funny is that you can either go to the show and you have like you're so annoyed because the guy behind you's got the candy and you can hear it crinkling the whole time, or somebody's on their cell phone, or somebody's coughing, or people are talking. And then you can have that other one where everybody is so into the movie that they're actually laughing and cheering. Those are the best when you have a group of people and you're all like, woo! Like that's the best.
Yeah, you're right. You're
right. You can get that at home, I guess, but it would just be you and I, and it'd be weird.
Yeah. When we go back to Fubo TV, had 287,000 subscribers, and that's up 47% over last year.
It's kind of funny because I've never heard of it. Like ever.
And it's a streaming service, and I'll pull up some of the channels. If you guys remember Sling TV and stuff, there is so many there's so many platforms popping up with the streaming stuff. And again, you've never heard of Fubo TV, but it is a growing streaming service like your Sling TV, merged with FaceBank, which I didn't know who FaceBank was. Then I had read in another article that Disney bought FaceBank, or bought a controlling interest of them.
Surprised they haven't bought TikTok yet.
Yeah, well, no, somebody else was.
I think Microsoft is.
Yeah, somebody was going to buy that. So,
or Facebook, one of the two.
Yeah. So we've got. Let me see. Let me pull up. I'll show you. So it's just to show you that we have so many services right now that are just exploding. Maybe partially because of the pandemic. Maybe we can say partially because of COVID locking people down.
And Cody, honey. I mean, honestly,
well,
there never used to be all these actual like legal services back in the day. It was Cody, and then all of a sudden they were like, "Oh shit, we're losing subscribers like crazy. How can we cash in on the streaming service?"
Well, even if you look at, you still got to say Hulu and Netflix have showed that people are willing to pay to stay home and cut in the cord. We talked about that in numerous shows where it's showing the cable subscribers, cable and satellite subscribers is dropping every single year. And it's not dropping like just a little bit. It's dropping massive, like millions a year.
But
and it's just dropping.
The only problem with those, though, is they only ever offered, in the past anyway, movies and TV shows. Like, it was never live TV. And I think a lot of people really miss their lives, especially their sports. Yep. I mean, sports is huge.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can with Sling TV and with Hulu. Hulu has theirs, and
they do?
YouTube TV. Yeah, Hulu. You can have a Hulu Live. YouTube TV.
Is that relatively new though? Like, I mean, Hulu didn't used to have that. How long?
They didn't. That's been at least a year, if not longer. Because now it's up to, because they're up to charging. What was it? We talked about it a few weeks ago. $65 a month.
What I'm saying is, though, that's not very long. A year ago.
Well, yeah. But you can see this has a lot. I know Tyler pays for Philo. PHILO. We talked about that, which I don't know if they have live stuff, but I know that they have. Well, they do have a live because it has Oprah Winfrey Network, which his girlfriend really likes that channel. So there's you have, this is a service. Again, it's just showing, and my point is that there is so many things that people are moving towards the streaming more and more and more. And a lot of other big companies are actually buying in or trying to buy out.
How much is this?
Let's see. I didn't even look. Try it. Okay, here we go. Holy smokes. Let's see. So $65 get you 107 channels, cloud service, $84 a month gets you Showtime, Sports Plus.
So in other words, it's cable again. Cancel your cable and pay more than your cable.
Oh my, $84.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. So, see, this is being a moron, in my opinion. You know what? Go lower and get 1 million subscribers. Go like this and get no subscribers. So good luck with that.
Yeah, well, they've gained a lot of subscribers.
Yeah, I bet you they're all on the cheap family pack.
Yeah, maybe, but that's still $65. Hulu's the same way,
right? If you're going to cut the cord, you're cutting because you want to save money. You're not saving money when you're paying $84 a month when you can get cable for $60 a month.
Yeah. Well, and what ends up happening is we've talked about this numerous times. Be careful, y'all, when we're talking about cord cutting. You can cut your cord cut a lot of different ways. A lot of them are going, I'm gonna go with Netflix and Hulu, and I'll get YouTube TV, and I'll get this and this and this. And next thing you know, you have nickel and dimed yourself to where now you're paying as much as you were paying the cable company. So just be careful. AMC on August 20th. So if you have an AMC theater close to you, you may want to check into this. For 15 cents, tickets will be sold. Tickets will be sold for 15 cents on that day for their anniversary of 100 years of AMC. And that's because they said the ticket price was 15 cents back then. And so they're going to do that for 1 day, it looks like. All tickets will cost only 15 cents when 100 locations reopen. So you may want to check into that. I don't know if your place somewhere close to you is going to open at that same time, but quite interesting that for 15 cents, if your AMC near you is open, you may want to check into that. That could be, hey, you think about it, your popcorn is going to cost more than the ticket, which is kind of funny. Oh, let's see. UFC. We've got UFC coming up. Hold on a second here. I think it's 252. Let's see here. Yeah. So we got UFC 252 is coming up. And where are you going to want to watch this? I guess Blue left because I didn't hear her talking. I was like, I asking a question and I'm not hearing nothing. So we got the UFC fight is coming up. Let me glance over here since she's not looking at the side chat. Philo, yes, $20. Electros, yeah. Cody had. There's people that are saying that Cody has lost excitement. I think a lot of people have moved to APKs. They find that a whole lot easier. And I'm with you on that on Albin. Okay. My wife is doing 2 services for $85. Yeah. I mean, and a lot of people do that. So, I like this new 15 cents is herd immunity. Yeah, because who knows what happens when you go into these things, but wear your mask, be a little bit safe. Blind's Eye, AMC, the ticket is only 50 cents. It's 15 cents, but the Hershey bars and popcorn's $86. Yeah, I'm wondering how that'll work out. We've got UFC fight is going to be on this Saturday. Daniel Cormier's last fight. Stepe is he's the champion, he's gonna be fighting. I care about, for me, is the Sean O'Malley fight. I am a major fan of Sean O'Malley. Great, he's fun to watch. Against Vera, I think he's gonna crush him. But gonna be a good fight. Junior's fighting in this one, so that's gonna be a good fight. I think it's gonna be a good card. So where to be able to watch these? People in the side chat, if you guys have some places that you would suggest for people to watch this, you will be able. There's going to be a lot of IPTV services going to be sold during this time, and that's all good and well. But if you guys have some other suggestions, you might want to post that over in the side chat, and we can share that with other people. But if you're going to go with an IPTV service, I would suggest this: get it today. Don't wait till an hour before the fights and say, I'm going to wait till the last minute to try to get it, because it's going to be craziness trying to get it at the last second. Hold on a second. I heard somebody. ARB, what's up?
Hello.
So if you're going to get a service, don't wait till the last minute. Go ahead and get it as soon as possible. Sometimes people are doing it by hand. So if they have to enter you to their panel, it's not always done automatically. So you take a look at that. I want to say for Cody Add-Ons, I know the crew will have it. Gridiron, I know he'll have it. Nimsy will have it for GoTo. I thought GoTo has live. I don't think Magic Dragon's updating, so I wouldn't say them. Rising Tides, End Zone, The Loop. Thank you, Trevor. So those are some other add-ons to check out. Yep. So those are so those may be some places to check out. And what I would suggest, if you're a person that want to watch the fights, go and start checking it out at the prelims to get the whatever add-ons, and check out which add-ons actually have the sections for that, so that you're kind of prepared. Don't wait till 10 o'clock to try to do it, because then you may miss 2 or 3 fights just trying to find the right place that has it. But I know many of the add-ons will have multiple links, so you're not stuck with one. So I guess you're not going to stay up and watch that, are you, ARB? Because that'd be like 3 o'clock in the morning for you.
Yeah, like the main event. I usually catch the main event in the morning when I'm getting ready for work.
Yeah, because that's that's like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning for you.
Yeah, it's like I think the main event usually starts at around like 5:30 in the morning UK time.
Mm-hmm.
So I managed just to catch that before I start work. Yeah, but I miss all the prelims and everything else unless I steal.
Yeah. And a lot of times, so say if you're not a person who just wants to stay up and watch that, a lot of times if I don't stay up, if it's not a big card going on, or if I have to work Sunday morning, or I'm just so tired Saturday night, Sunday morning I'll get up and do a search. I'll go to Scene Release. I think it's scenerelease.net in the mornings, and you'll find a link for it through RapidGator or something like that. Copy that RapidGator link into Real Debrid and unlock it, and then I watch it through Cody. And it'll unlock, and then I can watch it, and it'll be a replay. But if I've not seen who's won, it doesn't really matter, and I'll just watch it Sunday morning. So that is a really good thing if you're a person if you got a Real Debrid account, you don't have to watch it live. Check Scene Release the next morning, and like I said, you'll be able to find the RapidGator link. Will usually be in there. If you just do a search for UFC, you'll find it, and sometimes they're broken in as prelims and main event. It just depends on how they have it broke down, but you just copy that link and put it in your Real Debrid, where I've done a video on showing you people how to do that. Put it in there and it'll unlock it. You can watch it right on your PC, or if you have certain add-ons, you can actually watch it on your TV. So that may be something if you're not able to watch that night. It's a great way of watching it. Alban says there's a lot of good prelim fights.
Yeah, he's right. Maybe not the prelims, but like when you get to the main card, you find a lot of the times like the earlier fights are sometimes better.
Yeah, Jim Miller. Now that's going to be a good fight. Jim Miller's fun to watch. He's just
is it Stipe versus Cormier?
Yeah.
I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, it'll be. And like I said, the fight that I'm caring about is the Sean O'Malley, which Sean O'Malley he's going to roll. He's going to roll. This guy, if you watched any of his fights, I think he got suspended for like a year. Rumor has it possibly drugs, or some type of drugs that he was taking, but he couldn't fight for a year. He was exciting to watch. He had this big old afro, white kid with this big old afro going on. Now he actually has it usually braided, and you can see in the picture here, he's got it all. He's got it with the little colors. And it's, well, this isn't colored. The last time it was this. This is how he had the little rainbow thing. Great to watch. He's one of the fighters that's reminds me of Roy Jones.
He's like a knockout artist, isn't he? If that's the one I'm thinking of.
He's good at knocking out. He's real loose and just fluid fighter. Very fluid. He knocked out the last guy, hit the guy. As soon as he hit the guy's starting to fall. Sean already started to turn, and he started to turn away because he knew it was done. I mean, it was cocky, because it was like he already knew that he had the fight. So it was fun. Sugar. So yeah, Eddie Wineland. Yeah, that was he hit that guy, and that guy looks like he's from the with his beard, with that mustache he had going on. Reminds me of like the old days. He had that old strong arm mustache. Well, that mustache didn't help him a whole lot. So great. That was a great fight. That whole card was great because there was like 2 major knockouts on that card. I mean, UFC 250. If you've not watched that, go back and watch that card. Had some phenomenal knockouts in that fight, and you can see. Look at TKO. I mean, it's fun to watch. Yeah, and Michael, yes, these fights are on It's on tomorrow. Yeah, Peter, they're all fake. It's all fake. So that's on.
I think he's confusing that with WWE.
Yeah. What? That's fake. Oh.
So let's see.
Yeah, I caught your chat about Disney on the way when I was driving home. I caught you talking about Disney Plus when I was driving on the way home, and I was interested in what the premium thing you were talking about, because I haven't heard about it. Is it just like coming out in the US and Canada first, or is it across all countries?
Well, I looked at it. It said
question.
probably be released all at other places other than the U.S. because it said U.S., but it says probably other. And right now it's $30. It's only for Mulan. So
yeah, so is it like a $30 one-off payment, or
yeah.
do you have to, like, every time that add content, or is it like a subscription? Like,
well, yeah,
because I was listening to what Sean was saying about like supporting Mulan and like not minding paying the money, and obviously other people were saying, I wouldn't pay that. When I understand they can't bring it out in cinemas, so obviously it's a good move to put it straight on Disney Plus. But if you're thinking about the money they'd make from cinema, like if you think about a cinema ticket, it's a lot less cheaper than what they're charging for this. But then again, if it's a one-off payment and then you're going to get future new stuff, then I guess it's not too bad of a deal. But I suppose they just have to clarify what the crack is there, because if you're not sure, then I can understand why people wouldn't want to pay the $30.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more
like I said, the way I look at it is if Sid and I went, it's like, I don't know, $13 a ticket, so that's $26, and then you get popcorn and shit like that. I'm like at $40, so
I found
watching, and it's not like a rental where you watch it once and then it's gone off your system.
Yeah, it's like Amazon, or like they did the same thing with the Troll movie. They brought that out, and it was on Amazon Prime for like 15 quid.
Yeah.
Which is still more than what you'd pay at the cinema for a ticket. So,
but I mean, you're also watching with your whole family, right? If you're watching with your kid, that's 3 going.
Yeah, that's true. So you're like kind of paying. I suppose, yeah, right. If you went a whole family, it would be around about that price anyway, wouldn't it? And you'd only see it once.
Yeah.
So when you look at it like that, it's a bargain, really.
Well,
I just like my whole thing with Disney is I'm so I don't know why, but I just don't feel fulfilled with what I've got, even though like I've paid £60 for like a year, and you've got access to all these classics. For some reason, I just don't know. I just barely ever use it. I've used it for like the Star Wars movies and for the Marvel movies, and
I've watched The Mandalorian on it. Yeah, I'm the same, Andrew.
And The Mandalorian, I think the problem is it's like all the other Disney content, like the old stuff, like the classics, like the Toy Stories and the Finding Nemos and the Sleeping Beauties and all that stuff. It's been so readily available for years in different places.
Well, and also, for us, maybe for not your normal user.
No, when you think about it,
the DVDs have been around for years and they're always on offer. So I mean, over the years you could accumulate the ones that you wanted. So, like, they're not much of a draw for Disney Plus for me. The problem I think I've got with Disney Plus is that their original content, it's not as good as what I thought it might be. Like Netflix original content is really good.
Andrew, think about the fact that pretty much everything that they're planning on releasing was in production, and then COVID hit. Like, I mean, they got all the new Marvel stuff. Yeah. They've got the Falcon and Winter Soldier. They've got friggin' the one with what's her name there, Scarlet Witch, and they've got there's like 3. Actually, I think there's like 8 different new Marvel series coming out, and they'll be all coming out on Disney. But the problem is COVID hit, and they had to stop filming, and so we probably would have had.
You'll have to update your subscription before you get any of that.
Exactly, that's the way it's looking now.
Because at the minute you've only really got. Like, I would only say, I mean, you probably say Hamilton as well, because I know you've been raving about that, but I haven't seen it yet.
Sorry, which one?
For me,
Hamilton.
Hamilton is like like one of the best things they put on there, along with the Mandalorian. But then I can't really think of anything else. Like I seen there was a new Muppets now, but like I don't know.
Yeah, no,
It's not
like the
for
only
me.
other good thing about it at the time was it was cool to be able to get your Star Wars there, and it was good because Endgame was there, and you know what I mean, like the older, like the newer Marvel movies or whatever. But it's true. Since then, there's been nothing.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
Mulan will be the first thing, and now they're charging more for it. But people are like, oh well, you know, like this is stupid. It should just be included in your subscription. Yes and no. Like eventually it will be included in your subscription. Just wait 4 months until it would have came out on DVD, and then Marvel or Disney will have it in their regular lineup like they did with Endgame. So wait 4 months. If, say, for example, you didn't have Cody and you didn't know how to get it, you could wait 4 months like everybody else would, and it'll be on Disney Plus.
Yeah. We are a
Or
bit spoiled.
pay now.
We are a bit spoiled. Hey, we got
Yeah,
Koss
we are
on the
spoiled.
channel. Koss joined in. I don't know. I'm sorry we were in the middle of talking, so I wasn't able to thank him for coming on.
Hey, you all right?
I'm doing well. So
Good.
is this Jizz Planet?
It is.
Ah, so for people, he's using Koss, but this is Jizz Planet. So anybody that remembers Phoenix or even
I just remember Cosmics. That's all I
Cosmics. I was like Cos. The name, there was something missing. Cosmic. Yeah, thank you, Andrew. Yeah. Cosmics from back in the Phoenix days. Go ahead, Blue.
I was just laughing because I'm like, are you just giving out the URL to this to like everybody? You don't even know who's coming on now?
I did. I thought, all right, so I didn't think I gave the link to Kong. I didn't think I did, but then I was thinking, I started doubting myself. I was like, did I? But he said he couldn't come on. But once that show gets started, I'm sorry, I get sidetracked.
You know, he loves giving links out to just anybody, doesn't he?
Yeah, I gave it out to you, asshole.
The link or
yeah, and you let us be regular on whatever your show is.
Yeah.
What a
Which is
dumbass.
which is Wednesday, play or pass. So you know,
Yeah, it's the big head-to-head.
Yeah, we
It's
get
the
to
big
listen
head-to-head
to
next Wednesday.
Yeah, we get to me and ARB get going back and forth because he can't pick a movie where shit. All of his movies suck.
Well, we're gonna find out Wednesday.
So Cosmics, thanks for joining the show.
No problem. You're all right. Everything going well. Congratulations, Blue and Butcher.
Thank
Todd,
you.
whatever it is.
Yeah. Well, hey, I go by both. I'm not shy who I am. That's what one of the things about with me in coming on, being on YouTube. One of the things that I wanted to portray is I don't hide behind an icon. I don't hide because I'm just a YouTube guy. I'm just creating, helping people, and I didn't want to be hiding. So when people use my name Todd, I'm not hiding who I am. My name is Todd, and I'm not hide, and it's the Butcher. So yeah, so you can use either one. Works for me. And thanks. It's it's for real. Yeah, I put a ring on it, so we just have to.
Very nice. Who would have thought it would have come to this, Blue? Who would have thought?
I know the world is weird. Cody love. Bizarre.
I would never have guessed it. I would have never guessed it when she was just hanging out.
TVA. Should have stayed at Phoenix. This would have never happened.
Exactly. Because I always thought he talked too much.
I'm not
She
going to say anything.
She still does. But yeah, when she first came to Nan, I remember when she first came, she was just in our chat group. I was like, what the hell is she doing in here? And I shouldn't say that. I didn't have an issue until you became an admin.
I told you, boobs. Boobs get me everywhere.
That was the only reason I had an issue when you became an admin.
Nah, I tell you, I knew, like, when you two started getting, like, serious, I could tell because you were just taking Sean's side over everything.
That's because I was right.
I was like, this guy's.
That's because I was right.
That's just what everyone tends to do.
Good old times. So, Cosmics, what have you been up to?
Nothing really. Staying out of trouble, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Not much. Still learning some stuff in the background, but nothing public anymore.
Yeah. Well, it's not worth getting in public. I mean, you guys got caught up in the big pile of BS that got caught up with. Everyone got knocked down. That was on this. You were with them in the first takedown or the second takedown. So I guess it was you were part of Phoenix, not the TVA, not when Echo and them came back in.
Yeah, I was, well, it was Phoenix and then Bennu,
Yeah, Bennu. Yep, I was trying to.
and they both got took
Yeah,
down.
was it-
I was a part,
Was
I was
it
part of both.
Was Bennu after TVA or before? Like during?
Yeah, Bennu was after TVA.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
It was after the first takedown, and then the guys all kind of tried to work. They tried to like, well, we'll just come up with something amongst ourselves. You and Alpha and different Echo, different people
Yeah.
work together to try to
Yeah.
created
Well,
something.
Bennu
amongst
actually
yourself.
means Phoenix in ancient Egyptian, and that's why. Well, I came up with the name and stuff like that.
I was today years old when I found that out.
Yeah. No. Yeah, he came in right near the end when we were kind of leaving.
Yeah, I remember I used to always say, "Oh, he's really good at learning. He's quick at learning the code and stuff."
Yeah, he's a good kid. Todd's like, he's not a kid anymore. You know how long ago that was? I go, he'll always be a kid to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm still young, but I'm not a kid.
You are.
I think
He's a baby.
I think I was about 18 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you were.
Oh, bloody hell!
Mm-hmm.
damn, Becca. So, all right. So, what? So, anything you want to share? Like, so you got into Phoenix back in the day, back then, and
Well, basically, how it happened was I actually forked Phoenix, and I made an add-on called LWS. And after a while, I messaged someone in the Phoenix team just to say what I had done and say, is this all right? And then they put me on to Blue. So I explained myself to Blue, and I said, well, could I join you guys, basically, instead of doing this? And that's how it kind of went.
My little buddy.
I think I remember you saying that he had forked it or something, and he'd done a really good job.
Yeah.
So you poached him.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Well,
you
I
ditched him. Then you ditched him.
That wasn't my fault.
I did get
couldn't do
asked
it
to
anymore.
come. I did get asked to come, but I just felt where I was.
Yeah, we
learning,
were.
didn't
I
wanna
think
lose
we
that.
were. I remember I had the conversations about that. We're like, who else could we get from there? That's canny.
Yeah. Well, but we weren't trying to snatch people up because
Yeah, we were.
No, I didn't ask the guys to leave. I was leaving, and I didn't ask anybody to leave with me, but a couple of them
Yeah,
did.
that's true.
But that wasn't. I didn't say, "Hey, come over to Nan." I just was like, "I can't do this anymore. I got to go."
Yeah,
And
we
then-
definitely
I
weren't
don't
poaching
remember who
people.
it was, but there was somebody else, but it wasn't Blue. I just got a random message off someone one day saying, like basically what was happening. Do I want to join in? And I just said, I'm happy where I am, really.
Yeah,
So
you did.
that's basically it.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that when you get to that, especially if you just got in. You're
Well,
like,
the
I
only-
just
the
got
only-
in.
Well, it was within like a few months, and then it was just like,
Yeah. The only thing that sucks about that is looking back now, it's like, well, I mean, it makes no difference because Nan didn't last that long after anyway, before everything got shut down. But it was a really, really nice place to be. Like, it was a really good group of people, like kindest people I've ever met, most giving. Nan was like night and day compared to TBA. It was like night and day.
Yeah, the thing is though, like there's some ex-TVA people that's just not had any problems with being in TVA. Like some of them just.
well, I
They just
never had
cracked on
personal
doing what they did.
problems, and I never saw the past problems because I probably joined after. Like, I didn't really see anything that Blue had seen, and like, they all knew what was really going on behind the scenes, and I didn't really. I was like fresh, and like I was just so like I was really excited to learn and stuff like that at the time.
Adam was
Especially when
okay
you
with
get-
anybody who could develop because he wanted pumping out more add-ons, which meant more people coming to TBA. So I think he was good to devs, not so good to everybody else. I mean, he would get pissed off if we started another chat group just so we could talk about Phoenix, just talk about amongst ourselves, and we didn't want. It's not that we didn't want him in there, Lambda wasn't in there either. It was just a matter of we didn't think our issues. You know what I mean? We would have little fights and stuff, and it'd be like we didn't want them involved in that. It was more like, let's settle our shit here, and then we'll discuss it over there. And then Adam found out fucking Blue is top, and how dare you have a room without me? And It was like, oh,
I'm probably one of the only people in the world that has no problem with Adam at all and all that stuff, but everyone's different, I suppose. I know what other people think of him and stuff, but at the end of the day,
yeah, he's a scammer.
That's like where I was, and that's like.
But I'm
they
assuming
kind of
you've
all
never
brought me
been on
into
the
it.
wrong. You've never been on the wrong side of him. I'll assume.
Well, no.
He's never had a reason to attack you or anything because you've never been against him in his eyes.
Well, he was fine with me leaving until I actually left, and then when I left, he started bashing me. He was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!"
Yeah.
Like, fuck off.
So hey, let's Jizz Planet. Now, is it still around available that people can get it someplace? Because I know that you're still on the Twitter. And your picture your gift today.
Did you like that one?
Oh my!
You'll have to go check it out.
I actually had to look at it a couple times. I'm like,
you have to listen.
Is that
to it
what
as
I
well.
think that is?
Oh, you got to listen to it.
You gotta listen.
I didn't listen. I just looked at the image.
Oh, you won't get it if you don't listen.
Yeah. Follow my Twitter.
Yeah, it's not one of those. It's not one of those things that you see on Facebook where it's like a video of something and then you click on it and it's just some woman moaning.
No, it's not that. It's not that.
I can't share it on here.
Yeah,
I'll just say, check it out on your own. Check it out on your own. About masks.
I'm doing that right now.
I was like, hey, I saw that. I'm like, looking. I'm like, I'm watching for a second. I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay, is it the foreskin one?
Oh my god.
That's hilarious. That was hilarious.
When I first looked at it, I was like, I didn't know. I was like, no, this ain't what I think it is.
Oh my god, the sound is funny. Thank you.
I didn't listen to it. I will listen to it now.
Sir, can you
please put your mask
on? And then they're like,
that's horrifying.
So yeah, if you guys want to check that out,
don't do it.
18 plus.
Yeah, definitely. 18 plus. Yeah, that's why I'm sharing it here. I get enough in trouble with YouTube. I don't need it. I don't need that. So
it's not actually available. No, okay. It's not.
Well, I know that you go by the name Jizz Planet. So, and I mean we've got
that's a website. That's why I turned it into a website in the end, and it's got an APK as well, but it's just a clone of the website. It's not like anything special.
Okay.
So no more add-on. That's what you're saying?
No. But I was thinking of because the add-on was in the end it had over 100 different sites on it. And it was just impossible to maintain. And I was just like, oh. So I just kind of let it die. If you go on it today, things still work and stuff, but I just can't bother going through figuring out what works, what doesn't.
So what are you doing now then? Are you doing anything else in Cody?
Not really, no.
Do you have any other add-ons that you use just personally or anything?
No, I've just used Plex, to be honest.
Good boy.
Everybody's Plex. It's easier. It's easier, and it becomes less hassle. Definitely, now that I've figured out automation on it,
I know there is some good add-ons out there.
Yeah,
I still know some good add-ons, and I still like help a few people out with some code and stuff. And they message me, and that's about it, really.
Do you still talk to all the guys that were in Bennu?
No.
No?
Don't speak to anyone anymore now.
Yeah, most of those people, there's a few places that I can talk to once in a while, but it's not it's not full chat. Most of those people, again, after you got in trouble, they're like kind of like with mid, it's not worth the legal worry and hassle. If you're going to get in trouble for something that you're really not making a living off of. Huh?
Is Nemzi part of that?
No, I don't think so. Echo was in there.
Yeah, Echo was. Yeah.
I can't remember who it was.
Who?
Those Echo, those Alpha. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. 1.
Oh yeah, 1.
Yeah. one. He was something else.
Crusader.
Oh yeah,
Crusader was all the foreign stuff.
Crusader was always really nice, and he wasn't around very much though. Like with us, like he'd pop in, pop out. He was always really nice though. Yeah, he stuck around.
It was a good group of people, but just didn't last, did it?
Yeah, the original Phoenix people, I guess they all went off on their own too, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, me and one were together until the end of Bennu, but kind of just like disappeared as well. Well, everyone did really. Everyone kind of just disappeared, and the only reason I didn't disappear is because I had Jizz Planet still.
Yeah, because like you said, I know that it was the website, and you can still go to the website. And it's been months ago that I went to it, and because you can't really install it. Because if you try to install it on, like I think it was my Shield. I was just messing around. I tried to install it, but it's touch screen or mouse sensitive. You need something to scroll.
Well,
you can't really.
It's for phones, really. It's not for
Okay.
Android boxes, etc.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think on my computer I could use it. I think I used it on my computer, but I know when I tried it on my Shield, there was a no-go.
It's just completely designed around using your phone. So it doesn't look great on a computer. It doesn't look great on a telly. It's just for your phone, basically. And I made it like that because that's the device I use the most for that sort of content.
Yeah. Well, and there's so many and there's so many of those sites too that people can link into, and people don't understand that they're like, well, why doesn't that work forever? If the website changes stuff, a URL or the way that they lay out the web page, how they change the header. I mean, they change any of that stuff. And if you had an add-on or something that worked prior, it's done. Well, it's not done. It's broke. The links aren't going to work anymore because in an add-on, you have to specify exactly this is the path and this is what it's looking for. And when they change something, well, then unless you keep up with it, it's not going to work any longer. Hello, Bo. So you just work. I know a lot of the guys just work, and most of them have moved to Plex or just moved to quiet, just private stuff because it's not worth the hassle. And that was some of the reasons that Blue and I had talked about. Not even wanting to mess with the add-ons. I mean, I'll help people with different add-ons or promote people that want to create add-ons, but I don't want to create one. It's not.
Yeah.
It's too much hassle, and there's too much risk.
It's okay to help people, but it's putting your name back out there and all that stuff. It's just not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really miss it, mate.
Yeah. Well, you just missed the banter. You just missed the banter, and
we've still got that.
Yeah. Well, that's because we got our show on Wednesday nights.
I just missed the learning. Like, I've watched one of your recent shows, and you were saying, I think Blue said, imagine what Cody would be like now if nothing ever got shut down.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I think as well.
Yeah, it was kind of like at the peak of people just like coming out with loads of new stuff, and then everyone got shut down at like around about the same time.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not really seeing anything since. I mean, I've seen and heard of some things, but not like I've never seen anything like that's majorly interested us.
Yeah, I think you're right. There was a lot of opportunity where it could have grew, but the people that were willing to, that were thinking outside the box and were willing to think outside the box, kind of got shut down. And it goes back to and I remember when people first got shut down, and there was the talk of people would say, well, they should just ask for a GoFundMe and fight it because these motion picture companies don't have much legal fight, and if we fight it, they'll be able to get away with it. So these developers continue to work. But what if that doesn't work? Number one. Number two, you have to depend on people to help fund your legal costs.
Yeah, these are billion-dollar corporations.
You'd have to be a celebrity and millions of followers to push the GoFundMe out to. And
And it's just not worth the hassle. And what if you get wrong? And I said, what if you found guilty on that? We've seen how many websites have gotten nailed with, paying $250,000, which I don't know how much they'll actually recover, but you see numerous reports of, $125,000, $250,000, $350,000 fine, that they get levied in a court situation. Are you willing to take that risk, to take that chance?
Only
no.
if it's your income.
No.
It'd have to be your
only
income.
source of income.
Yeah, it'd have to be an income. Who's the guy that was down there that got nailed? That was the IPTV guy that was in TVA that he ended up getting. It was just settled. Shanny got, and he didn't fight it. And I remember seeing something about that they had hit him with a judgment, but I don't know again if they ever recovered. But there was a judgment against him on that.
I know that he kind of
nobody helped
defaulted
him
or something, but I never heard anything else. What happened after that?
Right. But the thing is, even if you if you didn't have to pay a dime, let's say you were sued by whoever, and you never even had to pay a dime. You're found guilty, this and that. The stress that you and your family has to endure is not worth it.
Can
you imagine? I mean, I can't say. All right, so
I don't even know what's on my computer. I swear to God.
Yeah. Probably, I can guess. Probably a lot of porn.
I don't actually have any downloaded. I don't think. It sounds weird,
but even if you watch it, even if it's a link,
they'll be videos, like, I own 9 of my own videos, and they're on the site.
Whoa! 9 videos of your own. Did you upload those?
Just own them. You're not in them.
No, I own the rights to publish them.
I'm not. I thought he meant. I thought you meant you were in him.
No, I'm not thrusting away in the background.
He's the star.
Hey.
He's looking for talent, Todd.
I know. I was thinking I'm working on my porn mustache, and I'm gonna get it out there real nice and big.
Oh God, please don't, baby.
I'm gonna go thick with that Ron Jeremy look.
Oh my God.
I gotta work on my belly. I gotta work on that belly though.
If you had said Tom Selleck, I'd be like, okay, let's try it. But Ron Jeremy, no.
I think like the official Cody kind of dropped the ball after everyone got all the third party people got kicked out of what they were doing. I think they should have offered these people a chance to do legit add-ons, because obviously they're all clearly just doing it because they like coding and they like learning Python.
Well, Mid and Hugh, how many times did they try to get
Hugh? Never did.
Cody just set that just made an example of Jay Sergio as well, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
And really, they should have just let him in it because he tried.
What was it the Cartoon Net? Was it Cartoon Network or no?
It was Adult Swim, I think.
Adult Swim, yes. Yep.
I think they should have given those guys a chance and just let them do legit add-ons, and maybe that would have brought more people. I mean, obviously it's legal stuff, but it might have still brought more people over to using Cody legit. It just kind of made a defiance against them, and everyone was like, right, fuck Cody. They don't like anybody from the third party scene whatsoever. I would have looked at it and said, look at all these talented coders that you could bring over and help do legit stuff.
Well, it wasn't too long ago. It wasn't too long ago that Cody actually posted on their website, we need Android people to help code. And they were like, if you know anybody that's willing to help code for Android, we need some people. And it couldn't have been no more than 3 or 4 months ago that it was posted on their website. So they're in need of those people. And like, you're right, there was an opportunity to say, hey, if you want to go legit, these are the things you. But they blacklist you. Yeah. You're blacklisted. You're not. And Jay Sergio is a perfect example. ARB that him working on. And he didn't even have there was no real other add-ons. I mean, the Resolver, But other than that, when that Adult Swim and he fixed it, and they're like, no. And remember,
What
they
was
just
the,
found excuse after excuse of why they couldn't accept his submission. They like,
Well, it was
no,
like
it
something to
doesn't
do
mean
with
these things.
he modified was it one of the it was something like from the official repo that he modified because it was like meta handler or something like that. He modified it because it wasn't working. So
Right.
like he like kind of fixed it, and they were like, no, you've got to use the official version, and he was like, well, yeah, but the official version's broken. And they just wouldn't accept
Yeah.
his fixes or anything, which I just found that weird. I didn't get that. And then obviously then they brought their own
Exactly.
Adult Swim out. I don't know. I thought it was a bit shocking, to be honest.
No, I wasn't shocked. I knew that they would just probably look at what he did and
Yeah, I
say,
thought it was just sly.
"Oh, okay, that's what you fix. Yeah, we can fix that. That's the easy fix. Make a few edits so it's not a straight copy and
Instead of
paste. We're
giving
gonna
him
make a
credit
few
for it,
edits,
yeah.
and so it's not copy and paste, but
It's
the
just
whole
funny
deal.
how like the official legit guys just made themselves like the bad guys by the way they act. They come across as total dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just don't want anybody like involved in anything that they're doing, and it's stupid. Really, they could have had all these third party devs do legit stuff. Because I guarantee
Yep.
the real developers, like the ones like J Sergio and probably Lambda and Midreal and Q and all them, they would have happily done like legit add-ons or legit modules and stuff because they just like
Yeah, they
doing the
will.
coding. That's all they liked
Yeah.
it for, really. They don't care if it's like a
Exactly.
dodgy add-on or a decent one.
Yeah, it is. It's well, Mid said it's
I
a
agree.
puzzle. I like to fix a puzzle. He says it's a puzzle for me to put it all together. Canuck Gal asks, has anyone made third-party Plex add-ons? There is some third parties. Plex was open on that stuff. Plex was open to that stuff, but Plex is a closed system. It's not an open source like Cody is. And Plex can control things that are in it a lot more than Cody.
There is a Plex add-on in Cody. There is a Plex add-on in Cody.
I think what she's saying is, could people make third-party Plex add-ons?
Well, there's three different versions, right? There's Plex, Cody Connect. There's Plex, and then there's a what's the other one called? It starts with a C, which is even better because it's like they all got good things. Like the Plex add-on looks like Plex. The other one kind of does, but you can only have one server. And then the third one doesn't really look like it, but you can have all your servers on one.
Oh yeah. I remember.
Well, maybe she's thinking like a Plex add-on with a server built in, not like using
I
your own
know that
server.
there is old add-ons for actual Plex that you can install to Plex, like the IPTV add-on for Plex.
Yeah, you can use
And
WebTools.
Years ago, there used to be a PrimeWire and Ice Films as well.
You know what? In my opinion, there's.
But
no.
Didn't they shut that? Didn't they stop all that though when they
I don't
did
think
the
they stopped it, but it's just kind of garbage. The thing is, though, I don't think we should even have a Plex add-on in Cody because, in all honesty, use the Plex add-on.
I was going to say they've got the app and it's available on
everything.
Loads of
you can get it on everything.
You get it on smart TVs, any like smart device or whatever. You don't really need Cody for that.
I think she's meaning like other third parties. So I mean, I guess you're meaning like people that created third party stuff for Plex.
I mean, there's some add-ons that had Plex integration where
so like third party plugins you can download on a Plex.
But what didn't you say?
Yeah, like the IPTV one, stuff like that.
Yeah, but didn't they stop? They stopped all those, and
you know what?
You can still get them and install it through your server, as in if you've got it hosted on a server.
Every time I used anything that had a Plex server attached to it, I felt it buffered like fucking crazy. I was like, you know what? I'll just have my own Plex server or share.
Well, TS links never work. You got to just change them to M3U8 and it seems to be okay. Depends really.
Like I said, just use Plex.
Yeah.
Each thing has its pluses and minuses.
Well, the only thing, see, that I don't like about it, and this was shit I didn't like about it back in the day, is that it's like people that were handing out passwords to people's Netflix accounts. I don't agree with that. Sorry, I have a Netflix account. Fuck you. I don't want you on it. So I never really liked that.
Oh, I'm getting
I
kicked
think
off.
I just give it to me now.
Password.
I give it to me now, and that's it.
Yeah, well, here's access to somebody's Plex. Fuck you. Seriously. Get your own. Get some friends to get their own. You guys can all share. Bob's your uncle. You're good to go.
Do you remember?
Well, that's what I do.
remember. I'm trying to remember some. One of the guys I know, and I can't remember who it was, created a Plex add-on that actually scanned open Plex accounts, and it would like scan, and so you would have like 150, 200 Plex accounts, and you could click on each person's, which you think that's a great idea. You could watch anything because you just go to this person's, that person. Except for that when I was testing it, because it never went public. It was just something I was testing. And I tested it, and it had somebody's family's photos. Because, Plex, you can host your photos.
Yeah.
And I went to their Plex server, and because I didn't know a name. It's just like a number. It's an IP number. And I clicked the IP number, and I'm like looking at the movies or TVs, blah, blah, blah. And then I see photos. I'm like, okay. And it's like their family photos. I was like, whoa, this doesn't feel, now I feel like I'm invading somebody's privacy.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if this add-on is going to work. Because
it's like me with Netflix accounts. Don't steal somebody else's Netflix account. Find somebody that'll share it with you, or buy it yourself, you cheap prick. Or you know what? Use Cody. Got everything that Netflix has.
Cheap.
What's Cody?
Yeah, I just don't agree with. I don't like the idea of people stealing from other people. That's what I don't like. I mean, we can steal from corporations.
Wait, I was gonna say, I'm confused.
This is the person who's got a Plex server loaded with stuff that she doesn't know it.
Shut up! You're about to be kicked off. She's getting ready to do a purge.
I just don't like the idea of stealing from somebody else.
Yeah, don't kick us off. Don't kick us off the server.
That's my $10 a month. Is that
Hey,
what
I
you're
paid
thinking?
for that. So I don't feel bad.
Yeah, it is weird. I was when and that, like I said, that add-on never became public, but it did put out the thing where it made you think people that didn't have a secure Plex accounts.
It's creepy.
And it was like, oh,
it's just Joe that doesn't know how to set it up properly, so that
or they just make it completely open. So yeah, and that's but Plex, now that I've had a Plex account from back before I was using Cody, back in XBMC days. Right after XBMC, I was using Plex before I came back to this and became Cody back then. I was using Plex. I actually paid for a lifetime subscription back then, and it was all on my hard drive. Now with it automated, I mean, oh my gosh, it's so easy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, other than some of our friends that run out of hard drive space.
It's just a matter of finding the storage,
Yeah, storage. Yeah, I mean, how many of our friends are like, oh, I have, this much hard drive space. Hard drive.
Movies. Yeah, and most of them are sell them.
It's like,
I wouldn't store my movies on a physical hard drive I could pick up in my hand. It would have to be on some server in Taiwan or something.
I have both. I have server and I have local.
Yeah.
Like a portable hard drive, or just like.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
My local, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's external hard drive. I grab it on the server and I slide it over.
Mm-hmm. Mine's on when I bought that 12 terabytes for $150.
Yeah, it's cheap.
I was like, it was a good deal. I was like, you know what? And then I had it, and you were saying you need to do something with that.
Watch them and delete the crap that you didn't like or that you're not really interested in, and just keep it just your favorites, stuff that you'll rewatch, or otherwise don't keep anything if you don't rewatch it.
Well, and it wasn't until I started screwing around with Premiumized. I was never even putting anything on that drive until I messed around with Premiumized and found out that I can do automation with that.
You do realize, though, that you could ask me at any point about automation, right? Because I've been doing that for a long time.
Yeah, but you were doing automation through...
Well, he's not going to need it soon when he moves in. You do it all for him.
No, I'll still do it myself.
I did have to fix it though.
He won't let
did.
you. You won't be allowed to do it yourself.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, as I'm sitting on the couch, hey baby, did you give me that movie?
Well, you guys would laugh because people are like, "Oh, you know, these guys never fight." Well, I'd be like giving him suggestions about stuff, trying to be nice about it, not being pushy. Just be try this, try this. He's not fucking listening. So I'm like, "Is it because I'm a woman that you don't think I know what the fuck I'm talking about? Try this," and then he tries it. Oh, that works. Yeah, I fucking told you like 3 hours ago.
Well, that's because all right, and that's just
Do you
me,
like to cook,
like,
Blue?
Do I like the what?
Do you like to cook?
What's
cook.
Cook.
oh
Cook.
kook?
Cook. Hook. Hook.
Okay.
More
Hook.
so lately than I ever did.
I was going to say because he's going to be barbecuing all the time.
Actually,
Yeah,
I'm
just tell.
a pretty decent cook. I'm pretty decent.
He's a really good cook.
But no, what it is
steaks all the time.
when I'm working on something, it's like you think in your head this is how it needs to work, and then she was telling me something different. I'm like, no, that I've already tried that. She's
No,
like,
you didn't.
No, try it. And I'm like, I've tried that. So it was.
Except that you didn't try it, because when you did try it, it
I
worked.
didn't try it exactly the way you said it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that fixed it.
That pissed me off.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I said, fucking listen to me, bitch.
Oh, you didn't call me a bitch. Just sit down.
I wanted to.
Sit down. Yo, she didn't.
I totally wanted to.
Yeah, we have a good time. It's all fun. But yeah, I do cook better than she does.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to train her. I've
And he
trained her on a lot
cleans
of
better
other
than I
things,
do.
so she'll get trained on that too.
Well, he cleans better than I do too, so I'll be sitting on the couch the whole time drinking.
Oh shit!
I
Buy
got
a
a
cookbook for Christmas.
What's that?
Buy her cookbook.
Buy a cookbook for Christmas.
I am actually cooking more lately.
But no, the thing with her though is once
I get that all the time of my missus. He's like, you need to learn to cook more, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll cook the tea. What do you want? And then she's like, oh, just forget about it. I'm making it. I'm making something. Just leave it. I'm making something. I'm like, well, you just tell us to cook all the time, and then you want to offer. I think it's because she knows I'm a bad cook.
Wait, cooking tea, isn't that just boiling water?
Yes, it is, Todd. Yes, it is.
No, well,
no, it's not.
Lunch or dinner or whatever you weirdos over there call it.
Oh, yeah. You call one of your meals tea.
Oh,
right.
I thought just tea was.
Isn't that just your cucumber sandwiches, though?
No, that's afternoon tea, that. There's a difference.
Biscuits and
Big
donuts.
difference. Oh,
I thought you would have understood, Blue, with you being Canadian. You're almost English.
we don't have it. Tea is just tea to us. It's not a meal.
Yeah,
And
you've got like dinner, and we've got
breakfast.
so like dinner is your lunch or something, isn't it? Like your afternoon.
Dinner is dinner. No, it's dinner. It's
We've got a whole country that can't decide what a bun is or a roll.
It's either tea or lunch or. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm breakfast, lunch, and dinner. What are you guys?
Breakfast, dinner, and lunch.
You back?
And tea.
Breakfast, dinner,
dinner, and
or
tea.
Breakfast, dinner,
like tea time.
lunch.
What's for
and
tea?
Supper.
I say.
And supper before bed.
Okay, how many meals do you fucking have?
Jesus Christ, y'all are like
Depends how much
1,000
weed you
pounds.
smoked.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
It's just crumpets. It's just everything's crumpets.
Oh, I love crumpets.
It's
12 Weetabix in a big bowl.
Yeah, I love Weetabix.
Weetabix, Jesus. Yeah. No,
I like to stick it in the microwave for a little bit.
Oh my god.
Oh no, I don't like that.
So,
That's not
Ah,
right. I bet you like pineapple pizzas as well.
pineapple? Oh no. Don't insult me like that. I like a bolognese pizza.
Bolognese?
Oh yeah, bolognese pizza. It's lush.
No, ramen our ways. We haven't invented that yet.
Isn't bolognese just a kind of sauce? Like spaghetti sauce?
Yeah, it's like mince and sauce and
Mince
sauce.
on pizza.
Mince.
Yeah, it's meat.
Hey, Andrew, Todd and I are coming to visit you at some point, so you're going to have to introduce us to your weird cuisine.
Ugh, I don't know. He's talking about crumpets and
I don't want
minces.
blood pudding. Do you guys have blood pudding? Because I don't fucking want that.
Oh,
I
no,
like
don't-
pineapple.
pudding.
Hey, I'm with Canuck Gal. I'm with
I don't like
pineapple
black pudding.
pizza.
Yeah, it's called Hawaiian. I just had Hawaiian tonight, actually.
Oh god, it's not right.
No, it's totally right. The
Should be,
pineapple
like,
that's everything
should be
else.
illegal.
No.
Yeah.
Like dessert, but pizza. But almost. Oh, it's delicious. But yeah, mushy peas. Yeah,
It's like that chocolate pizza Domino's do. Have you tried that?
Oh god, I just couldn't think of anything worse. Chocolate on
I tried
pizza.
I tried that.
I hate Domino's pizza anyway. It's horrible.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
Domino's is actually not that good. It gives me a lot of indigestion, but that's because I'm OLD. So that's what
You're
happens.
honestly better to go with like the small pizza places, you know, like the home, like the.
Yeah, I've
We
got a
only
local
have
one like
Turkish
5
ones
minutes
now.
away. It's lovely.
But yeah, we just had pineapple on our pizza tonight. Hawaiian.
Hawaiian.
Yeah, it's got
Whatever.
ham on it and pineapple. It's delicious.
Disgusting.
It's not though, because pineapple is not really fruit. It's more sour than anything.
Don't fruit the beer.
Definitely
or
fruit
pizza.
though.
It's
Voted on it.
It's
You have
definitely his fruit.
a little piece of it with each bite, so it's like
I like pineapple, but I just don't like the thought of like a cold, wet fruit on
but it's not
hot
cold and wet.
pizza.
It's hot and wet.
It's
would say-
warm and wet. Everybody
it
likes
shouldn't be
warm
hot.
and wet.
Pineapple shouldn't be hot. It should be.
Well, Andrew,
Cold.
You can put it on a
Juicy.
you can put it on a hot bit of like gammon steak, something like that.
Andrew,
Yeah.
have
yeah.
you ever actually had pineapple on your pizza, or are you just going off of that grosses me out?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've had pineapple pizza before. I didn't get it.
Okay. Well, you're allowed that. I think that's a big ongoing thing, is the whole big fight over pineapple on your pizza. I see that on Twitter all the time. I'm like, oh god,
Yeah.
do we really care that much? Nobody cares. I like it.
I actually don't like. I actually don't like pepperoni pizza either.
Oh,
Not a big fan.
pepperoni pizza.
Not a big
Oh,
fan of that.
that's Blue's fave.
That ain't right.
Yeah.
I just can't have.
I gotta have more than just pineapple. I can't have just pepperoni. I gotta have other stuff. It's like
I don't, yeah,
all by itself.
Oh, no mushrooms for me. No onions, because onion juice.
Oh, I love mushroom.
Well, the only reason I don't like onions is because I don't want someone with bad breath blowing in my face. So I got an issue with that.
Get over here, baby.
Onions, jalapenos. Don't be breathing. Don't be eating either one of those two if you're gonna get in my face, because I'm not. No. So for me,
What about brush first.
no. You can't brush. You can't brush your tonsils. I
So
mean,
in other
you gotta.
words, I'm pissed off at you. I should have some jalapenos.
I'll give you something else.
Oh, and some Doritos.
No.
Someone just been sick.
I know how to keep them away if I need to.
Doritos.
Oh, does he not like Doritos?
Doesn't like Dorito breath.
Can't take.
Oh,
it.
right. Wait,
It's too bad
well,
you
like
left Doritos.
just
if
the
you ever-
cheesy flavor or any flavored Dorito?
I like
if
the
you've
hard
had-
one.
Hey, let your woman eat some Doritos and then come up and get in your face. It's
Let your woman.
let your woman. Let
You're
your
like,
woman.
"Hey,
like we've got a choice.
Yeah, I got a choice in. I'm like, you do that like, hey babe, can we do this without kissing?
Oh, I love you. Yeah, I love you too.
We're gonna do this without kissing tonight.
Let's just turn around.
No.
You've started. Have you seen? You've started a massive food conversation in the chat.
Yeah, haggis and chips. What the hell is what's haggis?
I guess that's like a Scottish thing. That's the one. That's a
Stomach.
question for Griff.
It's stuff to keep stomach. Yeah, no, I won't be having any haggis.
Bacon buddy.
Oh, like a bacon butty. Oh, lovely.
Oh, you
What
got
the
it on a
hell's
bacon butty.
That's a
What's
buddy.
a
Oh.
bacon buddy?
A bacon
just a-
sandwich.
Bacon in a bun.
Just bacon in a bun, nothing else?
I like a big.
Bit of brown
I used to get
sauce.
this. I used to get this stotty every Saturday morning after like I'd been out on the night before. I used to get this big stotty of like it's just called a belly buster. It was like 2 sausages, 2 eggs, 2 bacon,
We call it a bin lid here.
a bin lid. Alright, that sounds appealing.
Been lit.
So it's the size of a bin lid.
Todd,
Yeah, they're big, aren't the stotties?
Todd,
Yes.
give Jade some loving for me.
Okay.
That's a pretty girl. You guys have pets?
No. Yeah, I've got 3 dogs.
Oh, dogs are awesome.
Yeah, I've got a cat and he's a twat.
I've had 3 cats. And he's a twat.
He's a little shit. Just
Can't beat a haggis supper.
A wee haggis supper. Wee. I always like the word wee. Cheetos does not go with love making. Just saying. Everybody ends up orange.
No, I can. Bacon and more bacon.
What's the difference? What's the difference between Canadian bacon and actual bacon?
It's made in Canada.
It's like female bacon.
So Canadian pig.
So it's like
yeah. We check where they're born.
Canadian bacon is more like ham, but you fry it. Bacon.
True. Less salty.
No,
isn't all bacon like ham because it's from the same animal?
No, but I mean it's not bacon. Canadian bacon is like back bacon. It's like female bacon. It's like salty and you fry it.
Not female, as in female.
Female bacon. Yeah.
Because Blue and I had this discussion. All right, so I am a butcher. So when we talk about
turn my camera around.
I see a wall. Oh.
Whoa. Hold on. Wait,
I was trying to turn it around so I could show you the dog, but
we just saw
it went. I saw the wall, then it went away.
What kind of dog is it?
A cockador. He's a cocker spaniel and a Labrador.
Oh, that's all right. Mixed.
Oh, okay.
Labradors are really good dogs. Like
yeah.
He's ginger. Yeah, wait.
It's a weird mix.
Don't tell Griff that. Griff doesn't like ginger.
Ginger. Oh,
hi, baby.
Look at he's like, screw this. I don't think so. I don't like being on camera.
It's like, is this the Butcher's channel? Nah, I think that's down now.
Not that shit. Oh, hi. Hi. Oh my God.
Oh, so yeah. Look at there.
Oh, he's nice.
Say hello.
Happy. Oh.
Pretty dog.
I love
it. It just looks like a Labrador, really.
Yeah. Definitely got more lab than anything. Dog
got massive ears.
Like a spaniel?
Yeah, like a spaniel. He's got spaniel-like ears and then the body of a Labrador and the height of a spaniel.
Cute. So littler.
You can just start a dog chatting now in the comments.
Yeah, dog camp. Dog
camp. We're covering everything streaming tonight, even dog camp.
We've went the gambit on this. And before it gets any later, I'm going to glance through some of the highlights, anything that was interested in my notes. So Disney Plus will premiere the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special. So if you're big into the Lego stuff, that will be on Disney Plus November 17th. Charter. Okay, so now this happens for me in the US. Charter tells FCC customers to enjoy data caps and use-based pricing. And so I had Spectrum, then I was Time Warner, then we became Spectrum, and come to find out Charter owns Spectrum, and Charter wants to enable data caps. So if you use a certain number, they'll tier you. So if you're under a terabyte a month, you're this price. If you're 1 to 2 terabytes a month, you're this price. So when Charter bought Spectrum, they had the FCC forced them to do a 7-year. They couldn't change that for 7 years. Charter is wanting to push back and to change that, and wanting to implement that because they say that other competitors can do that. So if you're a person that has Spectrum, you may want to pay attention to this or look into this information and let your cable company know that you are against data caps. Because if you're like me, and what's the thing about with Spectrum, they don't tell me what my data usage is. When I was with Time Warner, I knew I could go to the website and I could see what my usage was. Spectrum.
Sorry, is this home internet stuff, or are you talking
Internet.
phone? What do you,
Internet. It's
straight up
internet.
internet.
This is internet. I used to be able to look at what my internet usage was every month. When I went to Spectrum, they don't tell you what your internet usage is.
Is that because there's no cap, so it doesn't really matter? Is that why?
But the problem is
If they
this
do
may or may not matter to me if I knew what my
usage was?
usage was, because
Yeah.
I guarantee you my usage, even though I'm not home, and if I had a family, let's say I was a family that we were all cord cutters, so they were watching TV all day long. Now my TV ain't been on since I got home, so it ain't been on all day. Maybe this morning when I watched a little bit of TV, it hasn't been on. So yeah, I didn't use no data. But let's say I was a cord cutter and I had family home all the time. They were using data. This could matter to me. So if you're a person that has Spectrum, take a look and investigate this. See if this could impact you, because this possibly could impact you. Because if Charter gets the okay from the FCC, they can put the tiered system, which would, I don't know what their tiers will be. It'll be this or below is this price. This to this is this price. So your internet, you can say, oh, my internet's only $70 a month. And then they hit you with the tier system and they find out that you're using 2 terabytes a month. And they say, oh, well, since you're an excessive user, now your internet's $150 a month.
Yeah.
So just an FYI. Xbox Series 10 will launch in November. Halo Infinite pushed back to 2021. So Halo will not be released with the Xbox Series X or 10, which will come out in November. Sling TV adds a little bit. Hamilton outstreamed any show on Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon.
Yeah, it was fun.
And Andrew, you need to see Hamilton. I'm not a musical guy.
Still got Godfather to watch.
You better watch Godfather, you loser. But Hamilton's great. Hamilton is great. Even if you're not into musicals, the hip hop music and the storyline is phenomenal. And
even if you're not American, I'm not American, and I loved it. And actually, I learned about American history, which was kind of cool.
It is really good. So highly suggest that. MLB TV sets records. That was for us Americans. I don't give two shits about baseball, but a lot of Americans do. The MLB network or MLB TV has set records. So there's tons of people watching it. And that's because we're limited to what sports we can watch. ESPN is raising the price $1. So if you got ESPN Plus, expect the price hike. And we talked about that. Expect a price hike. And I don't know this. I guarantee you that come Disney Plus's 1 year, I don't know whenever that is, 1 year comes up, they will raise the price. They will.
I want to see what's in November that
they'll raise the price. That $7 or whatever it is a month, you can kiss that goodbye. They're raising the price.
That's standard though, because Netflix did the same, and pretty much all streaming services do that.
Yeah, it started at 8, went to 12. Yeah.
Yep. TiVo Stream 4K, which we talked about that on this show, a couple months ago, didn't we, Blue? The TiVo stick.
Oh, yeah.
The fastest selling hardware. They sold more 4K sticks than any other device out of the gate. Well, but keep in mind, and a lot of people haven't talked about this except for people that follow TiVo. TiVo has turned off the developer options. So if so you know where the developer options in your Fire Stick and stuff, they've turned that off. You can sideload still, but they have limited some of that developer tools. So I think they're trying to
get Cody on it then?
Huh? Yeah, you can still put it on it, but they're starting to narrow that stuff down. So I don't know how far that'll go, how much they'll keep pushing that. I haven't turned on my TiVo stick I can't tell you. And anybody that knows that this is the TiVo stick, the TiVo Stream. Inexpensive. It was what was that? $50 for this?
Yeah.
It was like $50. 4K. So decent device.
Well,
and it has Android TV.
I'm like you though, honey. Like, remember I was talking about my decluttering there, and I was going through and figuring out what I have and what I don't have. And I'm really bad because I buy a lot of devices. I like to try new devices and stuff. But the problem is when I buy the next device and it's better and I don't use the old device anymore, I'm always too scared to sell it to somebody because I'm afraid it's gonna like die the day after I give it to them, and then I'm gonna feel like a piece of shit and be like, oh well, you know, oh yeah, here's your money back. So I don't even bother. So I went the other day. I had 2 Fire Sticks, a Firebox, and Me Box, some other heavy duty box, and I still have my friggin' Prometheus, and it still works. It's an HTPC there from back in the days, and it still works. I'm like, holy shit! And they're all just sitting in my ottoman because I'm too nervous.
Is it signed by Hackermill?
Yeah, that's.
Was it signed? Was it a signed version?
Oh my god, it was useless.
Take limited
hey.
edition.
Hey, Cosmic, I'm sorry. I was looking at the other thing. He left the chat, said, thanks for chatting with us. I'm sorry that he had to go. But thanks for joining the chat.
There's Griff right at the very end of the show.
You
can talk about haggis.
You know, he's looking at he's looking at my wires. He's all bothered. One other subject that I wanted to talk about, and Blue can probably pipe in on this. Netflix Umbrella Academy takes over Stranger Things as #1 streaming original last week.
It was fantastic.
So they beat Stranger Things, which
people are either loving the second season or they're hating it, and I don't know why you hate it unless you didn't watch it all, because it starts off holy shit, like first 7 minutes of the first episode you're like, oh my god, and then they kind of backtrack a little bit, so then there's a little more story, but then it's holy shit again. It's freaking great. I love that show, but I like weird shit. So.
That's another show I haven't watched.
Oh, it's good.
I haven't seen season 2 yet.
It's really weird. If you like weird, it's for you.
What kind of weird?
Quirky, funny, creepy, odd. It's odd, and but the soundtrack is phenomenal both seasons.
Look at Trooper says you need to just sell them things.
You know what? I'd rather, in all honesty, just give them away. I think I'd rather just hear it free, and if it doesn't work, well, you can dispose of it.
Well,
but I had to go through all of them and take all my creds out of everything, which is a pain in the ass.
Hey, I can speak to the same thing that Blue, because a lot of times people say, well, why don't you suggest this? Give me a suggestion of what IPTV service or what add-on, whatever they want. So I sold my Shield, my 2017 Shield, when I got my 19. Sold it. The person that bought it talked to me, and I set it up with Cody and got it basically set up for them. And then they're like, well, I need an IPTV service. I'm like, all right, well, this IPTV service is one I've been using for a while. Gave it to them, or told them this is the service. They signed up for it. 2 weeks after they signed up for it, guess what happens? They signed up for a year, and they shut down. Yeah. I feel guilty. But not that I didn't make a single dime off of it, because I didn't have a dog in the hunt, but I felt guilty because I had suggested that.
Yeah.
And then it got shut down. And Echo, shut up. So she's listening. And my Bixby's over here. My Bixby's over here listening too. And I felt guilty. And even though I had nothing to do with it, I felt guilty that it got shut down. And I'm like, oh, maybe I should help recover. But I'm like, I didn't recover. I didn't earn nothing on the front end of it. So why should I? So actually, I've been avoiding their phone calls because I don't want to do it. And never sign up for a mistake. Yeah. And but the thing is the service that I'd had it for a year and a half without an issue until that other person signed up. Now, I didn't mind that I had lost whatever. I don't even know how many days I lost. I didn't even really care, because I look at it like this. What's cable cost? Okay, cable costs this. And then a service or a sub that costs this. I watch one pay-per-view. I watch whatever other content. If it shuts down in 2 or 3 months, I gained way more than what this cable fee was. Yeah. So that's in my mindset. But if I suggest something to somebody and they listen to my advice, I feel bad. But and that's why I'm like, I don't want advice.
I'm with Rick, though. You know what? Sign up months. Tell them start month to month, and
That's what I do now. Yeah, pay extra if you go a year. You'll pay extra, but I don't want the guilt if they get shut down after.
yeah, it's not your fault.
Yeah, it's not. And logically, understand that, but
Yeah, you feel
the
bad.
dabs part of me, I feel bad because
and it does.
they trusted me.
Yeah.
So yeah, and Canuck Gal's right. New cord cutters don't get it, and that's right. They don't understand the risk, and even if you say there's a risk to this, and I tell them, there's a risk they could be shut down tomorrow, and they're like, well, what do you do? I'm like, well, I buy a year because of if it lasts me 6 months, I'm going to come out to the good past 6 months. So I'm willing to risk it. It's a gamble. I understand it because I'm in the game a long enough time. People that are brand new that come in and they lose the money. So
I think it's like legit services, don't they? I think it's like Netflix or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's got a customer service like center and all that stuff, and like who do I ring to tell them me free Sky Sports channels went down? Like nobody could just get on with it and try a different thing.
Yeah, it's difficult, and like Blue said, it's you struggle when you have to if you sell someone something. I've got this. I am going to sell this TiVo stick. I'll sell it. Hopefully, and I'll give the underline. I'm not responsible past today if anything breaks on it. And it's a decent device. One of the pluses of it is it's Android TV. So if you're a person that's used to seeing the Shield, that's what you're going to see. Anything that can be installed through the Google Play Store can be installed on this. Opposite from Fire TV, which you have to be through the Amazon stuff. Stuff has to be installed through their website or through their store. This can be anything Google Play can be installed in this. So that's a plus. And one other plus is that you can add external hard drive space to it. Another plus. So hopefully I sell it to somebody local and I'm done with it. Right now, I want a $100 service for $15. Hey, that's true. That's people want. And Tara's right. He says I've never paid for a service. Always been able to find. I can't say that, Tara, because
it depends on what if you're happy to watch, like something that buffs a little bit or something that's not very good quality. I know you like perfect, so you happy to pay for it.
And the other thing was with me. All right, so if I'm by myself, that's one thing. So tomorrow night there will be people here at my place, and we're going to be watching the UFC fight. So I'm gonna have guys here, and we're going to be drinking alcoholic beverages, enjoying ourselves. We'll be eating a little bit of this and that. I might have some pizza or chips or whatever. We're going to be having a good time, and I don't want my shit buffering. Because there ain't nothing more embarrassing than having a group of guys that are...
You've had that before, haven't you?
Yeah, half lit and things ain't working. And next thing you know, you're getting ribbon and the ribbing starts.
Well, and the funny part with you is you usually have more than one service. So if one does start buffering, you flip over to the second one.
Oh, yeah. There was one pay-per-view that I had people here. And my actual paid service was messing up. And I went to a Cody Add-On and watch that because the Cody Add-On wasn't buffering like my paid add-on was. But that's, to me, it's like I have a backup to a backup to a backup. And like right now, one of the services, they'll have multiple links. So it's like, okay, I got link 1, link 2, link, so it's like, it's fun. It's fun. It is fun. I do enjoy when people come over here and we have fun watching the fights, especially if we start gambling on the fights.
Especially if they bring their own booze.
Well, I don't mind. No, I don't mind people drinking some of my booze as long as I'm not their only source
when you go to a party and you're planning on drinking, you bring your own booze.
You should, but I don't mind helping a little bit, but I don't want to be their only source of alcohol. But no, I will say,
fight and snacks. That's enough.
So, guys, if you're looking to have a fight party tomorrow night, one of the fun things to do, and this is the best thing to do if you're having a gathering for a UFC fight. So, normally, nobody cares about any of the fights until the last 2 or 3 fights. Nobody cares nothing about the earlier fights. Usually, people are on their phone, people are talking, they're not paying attention. This is a way to make your UFC party popping. Each fight popping. This is a Dabs exclusive right here. So so all right, so when we get to the prelims and people start getting there and you're having a few drinks and everyone's having a good time, before the fight starts, you write down who's going to fight. It's usually a 3-round fight because championship fights are 5 rounds. Earlier fights are 3 rounds. So you say fighter A, fighter B. And then you say, so we have 3 rounds, so that's 6 slots. Round 1, round 2, round 3 for fighters A, B, and C, or A and B. Okay, so you have A could win either round 1, round 2, round 3. And so it's like if you've done an office pool for basketball or something. So they pick what slot they want. Or fighter B, round 1, round 2, round 3. And then as an extra, you say, so if it becomes a decision, does fighter A or fighter B win the fight? Bet $1 because betting $1 is nothing.
In every fight, yeah.
So people come with a few $1 bills. For you, it'd be loonies. So they come. so they come with the things, and they're like, "Hey, I'll take round 1 and 2 for fighter A, and then other people fill in the other slots." So even on the early fights that nobody knows who they are, or who don't even care, they start pulling for fighter A or B because they got money on it.
They're invested.
They got skin in the game. That is some of the best UFC fight nights that I've had is where we've done some betting. And you're betting $1, or I've bet as much as $3 on a fight because I've saw it. I'll take box 1, 2, and 3 I'll take fighter A, round 1, round 2, round 3. I think you'll do it. And then, so I'm $3 in. If somebody else takes the other slots, I come out a couple bucks ahead. So that is the best way. If you want to make your UFC fight night fun, do that. It is a great way of making it. It doesn't really cost a lot, but it will definitely make people pay attention to the fights. Because when Shaggy, you know Shaggy, Mike, he was over here in so I had fighter A, round 1 and 2. He had fighter B, round 1. His fighter was winning at the end of round 1. And his fighter was winning pretty good at the end of round 1. And he's screaming, finish him now, which most people would be like, I know they're going to finish it the next round. But he wanted round 1 for his fighter because he only had box for round 1. He didn't have it for round 2. So he needed his fighter. So it creates that excitement. If you've got round 2, you don't want your guy winning in round 1. You want your guy winning in round 2.
You're screaming at him, get away from him, stay away from him.
Yeah, come on. You got 15 fucking seconds. 15 seconds. You can hang up. But if you guys watch a UFC fight and you have people around, that is a great, cheap way of making the UFC experience a whole lot better. And even if you don't even have to know the fighter. You just say, these are the fighters, and I write it down on a piece of paper. Here's the fighters. And most of the time, I'm like, I don't care. Give me round 1 and 2, or give me round 2 and 3. Give me decision. And that's the decision is that extra part. So just as a thing. Huh?
It should have better odds for decision.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, if you go to decision, you win. The championship fight is a 5-round. So with that, you have rounds 1 through 5 plus decision. So that's usually for us would be a $12 fight. So if you bet $1, you would win $12. So you'd get an $11 fight. So just an idea. That's a little thing. If you guys want to think about that, it made our UFC fight nights funner. Because I do find when I have people over for UFC fight nights, nobody's paying attention until you get late in the night.
Is that
Nobody
an
even
American
cares.
thing?
Funner. I don't know.
Is it?
Yeah.
'Cause it's not real.
Oh God, grammar Nazis here.
Not fun.
Spelling.
Look at, say Auburn. Funner.
You just got married. You're just about to get married with a bloody encyclopedia,
And he's
the dictionary.
All right,
He's
I'm
spelling.
rethinking the whole thing. I'm rethinking, Andrew. I'm rethinking.
You got to
Hold on.
start speaking appropriately.
Proper.
He likes to
Queen
be
I was gonna say
for his spelling, his grammatical errors. But
Funnest. But it's not
Yeah.
funnest, it's funner.
Yeah, it's just gonna go through your whole speech
but
and check
the thing
out,
is,
like, oh, you've made a mistake here. That should be a comma there.
It's all
I'm
good.
just wondering because he's got y'all, and yet y'all's not a word.
I don't
You
care.
all, but I mean,
I use y'all and
is funner a grammatical thing for the U.S. Maybe Southern U.S.
you know what this? You know where this falls? It falls under I don't give two fucks.
Oh, here we go now. Snoop the fuck good. Is that a
That's the category this falls under.
Are you drinking? Because you only ever do that when you're drinking. What? Oh, is that those? Oh, totally.
So yeah, Griff, think funner and sheeps. Well,
Yeah.
they could be funner. So we've had a good time. Andrew, we're gonna roll out of here because it's 2 hours, so you need to go to bed. Anything you want to finish up with?
No, just thanks for having us on this show that I have nothing to do with.
Yeah.
And everybody, please go watch Wednesdays because it's the head-to-head. Me and Todd.
Oh,
Todd's gonna pick his movie from his list of top 10 IMDb movies, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna pick something that's actually good. Maybe.
Well, I don't know. If we go by your track history, you're not picking anything good.
Well, I was
Okay.
looking at. I had a B movie list, and I've changed it to like a movie because everybody's been picking safely. Well, when I say everybody, I mean Todd.
Yeah, Todd. I'm just picking my favorites. I'm
You
not
picked
doing
Black
them
Hawk
on
Down. So
IMDb.
she ain't. Oh yeah, she's went on a limb. Black Hawk Down.
Well, I mean, it's one of my favorite movies. It's my favorite war movie. So got it. I'll pick what I want. I picked some duds.
I've got a really good war movie that I want to pick, but I don't want to pick it now because we've watched a couple of war movies.
And you're afraid your war movie isn't going to be as good as those war movies? As long as it's not. What was that one there? The British one. That was bad.
British one.
Dunkirk.
Oh, Dunkirk. I've never even seen that.
It was boring as shit.
That's the one you should pick for this coming week, Andrew.
It was
Dunkirk.
boring. I
People
loved the
loved
whole
it.
idea of it. I loved the idea of it, but it was, it just didn't keep my attention at all.
That's
You can
probably
just-
on the top of his list. Hey.
Oh, you know what? U.S. makes there plenty of bullshit.
I've just got to check IMDb to find out what's the top of your list, Todd.
No. Hey, I'm not going top.
Can we just run through your picks, like what you've had? What have you had? You've had. Wait, okay, Laws and the Real Girl. I gave you that one. I never heard of that one before, but still, it had Ryan Gosling in it, and he's a good
Alright.
actor, so he's still kind of safe.
Nebraska.
Okay, fair point. That was, yeah, I gave you that one.
Yeah, and I picked. I picked
Hacksaw Ridge.
Hacksaw Ridge because I love that movie.
Academy Awards every.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
And other than that, all right. So when we go back to The Good Gentleman, because I wanted us to talk about The Gentleman, and nobody would talk about it.
Did you pick The Gentleman, or did we just?
Yes.
Was that just
No,
one? Right.
that was one of me. I
You
picked.
did, yeah.
I picked it because I wanted us to do it, and you guys were like, Gentleman. I'm like, no, I'm picking that one. So Brokeback Mountain.
Griff.
Never seen that either.
Hey, pick Midway.
Anyway,
Eddie is desperate for to watch Midway. It's every week. It's like, you guys should watch Midway.
I've seen Midway.
no, you know what? You guys are pumping out a lot of war movies recently that are just. Like Greyhound was great for the battle scenes, but that's all it was
Yeah.
one big giant battle.
I'm not
Terrible
going war
story.
movie. I will say I'm not going war movie because as
I'm
I
not
look
going to war
through
movie either. What are you picking?
Dab's list,
Cam just said Fury, and you know what? I really liked Fury, and the reason I really liked Fury was because holy shit, I've never seen a tank in action. I've never seen that point of view of holy shit. That blew my mind.
well, and also you're so vulnerable. You think tank, oh, they're so strong and they can boom, 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 boom.
But you're
No,
moving
you
fast.
boom, and then it's like,
Reload, yeah, and get the fuck out of here. Yeah,
and you're just a sitting duck. It's like
it was
you get
intense.
one shot. It's like a duel. So you get that one shot, and if it don't count, or if it ricochets off.
They had a couple scenes there that were pretty intense with the whole, like, they gave you more of the strategic part of it. See, that's what I like about war movies, strategy. I like even like as cheesy as it was, friggin' what was the one with Brad Pitt there when he was Achilles?
Spartacus.
Anybody? No, it wasn't Spartacus.
Brad Pitt when he's what?
He played Achilles.
Troy.
Troy, thank you. Oh, I'm Helena Troy. Okay, yes, thank you. But I mean the strategy, just the way they use their shields, the way they all that kind of stuff. I don't know why, but I got a soft spot for watching that and how they plan their battles. And I always think that's cool.
I always thought when they did the tank, I also thought how much that tank stank.
Oh God, yeah.
I'm thinking between the
That's
smell of
totally
sweat
random.
and ass. I'm thinking
Babe,
that's
that's totally
gotta be
wrong.
stinking.
How much that tank stank?
It stank. No, like you can't wash that out enough.
You don't know. Maybe they had like an air freshener in there.
No, you could not Febreze that enough because the ass in that was funky. I guarantee it.
Rick is asking how long we've been doing Player Pass. What episode was the last one? Was it like 14 or something like that?
I think we're up to 15. Yeah, we did Player Pass 15. Yeah, that was the last one. So we're up to 16.
So 16 weeks every week.
We're up to 16. And yeah, it's fun. I mean,
and everybody watch My Sassy Girl, the best movie we've ever watched on the show. My Sassy Girl.
Yeah, it was fun. Except for
everybody. Wait. He said everybody. He said was that your pick?
No,
that was.
I thought
you were saying Tan's.
Tan's pick, yeah.
But the second best movie we watched on was the number 23, as Sharon will confirm.
No, it wasn't.
That was my pick.
No, that was not the second best. We will do. I'm thinking. What do you think about when we get to maybe week 20? We have a discussion about the best movies that we've watched through the 20 weeks.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Andrew will probably have 2 or 3, 4, 5 in there. One.
Do you know what? I'm trying to think of all the movies I've picked so far. It's just not a good track record.
Robin just wrote Capernaum. I'm like, good movie. I'll never fucking watch that again, ever.
Great movie.
Oh, it's a depressing movie.
Really good story.
One of the things about that with this show on Wednesday nights at 5 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. in the UK, it is you are going to watch things that are not in your wheelhouse. I promise you. You're going to watch movies that are not in your wheelhouse. I've watched at least half the movies that I've watched I would have never watched. Only because I had to watch it because of the show.
Yeah.
And
what have we watched? We've watched I'm trying to go through all of them. We watched, what was the first ones we watched?
Higher Learning.
Higher Learning.
And
we watched the new one, didn't we?
Yeah, we watched a few new ones, and some of them were garbage, like the Postcard Killings and.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Okay, The Faculty and the Gentleman was episode 2.
Yeah, which one? First one was Higher Learning and something else.
Hold on, I got it back.
Hold on, I can tell you on track.
Oh, I must have not saved that.
Okay, hold on.
Episode 1, I didn't even save.
Oh, was it Jojo Rabbit?
Yes, I think it was.
Jojo Rabbit. Yeah.
Jojo Rabbit was good. Actually, Higher Learning was quite good.
Yeah. Faculty, Gentleman.
Faculty, yeah, it was good.
Guns Akimbo, King Arthur.
Yeah.
Guns Akimbo.
Extraction, Step Brothers,
Yep.
Killing, American Graffiti,
Mm-hmm.
Tube, Capernaum, The Pursuit of Happiness, The
That was
Banker,
mine.
Hot Fuzz, Bad Boys for Life, Shaun of the Dead, Nebraska, I Origins, The World's End, The Number 23, The Five Bloods, that was crap, Hacksaw Ridge, Perfume, Hoosiers, The Old Guard. The Old Guard?
Yeah.
You watched The Old
Oh
Guard?
God, yeah. That was
Yes.
the
Hamilton.
Charlie Sharon.
Hamilton was like the bonus
Extra.
movie.
Yeah, that was extra credit.
Greyhound, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Just Cause, Phantom Thread, Lars and the Real Girl, Fracture, My Sassy Girl, 127 Hours. And now we've got Child 44 and Black Hawk Down. That's a lot of freaking movies. So yeah, 4 movies, right? Or wait, 15 you said? So 30 movies we did so far.
Plus one.
Jeez.
31.
Yeah.
Some people did 31.
I did 31.
I thought it was funny that some weeks would pick movies with the same actor in, or would pick movies by the same director, or like we picked the one where the director had just died a week ago.
Yeah,
Before. It was strange.
Yeah, there was common themes. That first one where it was what was week one where there was Jojo Rabbit and Higher Learning. They both had like neo-Nazis or Nazi stuff in it. Both movies.
Like, just passed away. He made Higher Learning.
Oh, it was crazy. Yeah, there was different themes. It's fun. It's a great time. And again, anybody can watch a movie. Join the side chat. Tell us if you like it or didn't like the movie.
I think, like you said though, Todd, the best part of it is these mainly are movies most of the time that I would not watch on my own, and some of them I regret watching, and some of them I'm so thankful I watched. So it's kind of, you never know what you're going to get. You never know. So it's neat. You have to watch them. And then if you want to talk about them, you can come on the show. Come on with like this. Shoot the shit.
If you come on the show, you have to, once you've been on 4 times, you're actually able to be put into the rotation of actually picking a show.
Yeah.
Who like Tan, who got to pick My Sassy Girl. Because he'd been on enough shows. So that's the fun thing about that is you don't have to be an expert.
Yeah, exactly.
Just join, have a fun time. Tell us
I
if you
like
like
the
it,
ones
didn't
that
like it.
I like the I did like some of the ones Claire picked as well. I did like American Graffiti.
I did.
Thought that was good.
I felt dated.
I there was
I wasn't
aspects
high
of
on
American
Higher
Graffiti.
Learning.
Yeah.
Higher Learning was okay.
There was certain aspects of American Graffiti I liked.
Music,
but
was
again,
good.
And
It
definitely
was
music.
seeing a lot of these actors when they were friggin' young. That was kind of cute.
Oh yeah. And that's. But yeah, if you're able to join on the enough shows, you're able to get in there and you can make us. We are forced to watch whatever movie you want us to watch, and we have to talk about it. We have to discuss it, and that's the best part. So they had lots of good movies. I mean, and hopefully we get up to week 20. If we get to week 20, I really do think we need to go back.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
And roll back what we've seen. And,
we could I was thinking after last week's show, I was thinking of looking through everything and like making like a little league of movies that have played and movies that have been a pass, like each individual's pick. I mean, obviously, I'm going to be bottom of that league, but I still at least I tried.
I'm not doing great either. I'm doing okay, but I'm not doing great. I've had a few that people were.
That's why you went for Black Hawk Down.
Whatever.
Look at this. Did you feel that?
She's already learning. Like, you're not even married yet, and she's already joined the little.
You do know for a fact that there are going to be people that are going to be like, "Hey, it's not as good as I thought it was." That shit always happens. Whatever. I don't care. I love it.
I will say this though. This Wednesday, I would like Todd to say what his movie is first before I pick mine. Okay. Before I pick mine.
And hey, I'm telling you, I've said it numerous times. I have a list right now. It's probably 13. Well, I take away
how many awards did this movie that you're going to pick win?
I don't know. I have 12 movies I can pick from. And
are they all Academy Award winners?
No, some of them are
Academy-
just nominees.
they may just be nominees.
You know what, Andrew? I'm going to go right out on a limb for my next one, just for you.
Yeah, I'm not going. Man, I could go Cool Hand Luke on
There
There
your
were
ass.
Faculty too.
Cool
pick
Hand
that.
Luke.
Cool Hand Luke. Once again, how many Academy Awards?
No, I'm just joking. No, I ain't going with that one. Not this time. That is a great freaking movie. That's my
It is a
favorite
great movie.
of all times. Cool Hand
Yeah.
Luke. Maybe Andrew will go with Godfather or Godfather 2 since he's supposed to watch that since he's been a loser and never seen that or Scarface. And we let him on Player Pass. How did that happen?
And I pick shit movies as well. What am I doing?
And,
Why am I
hey,
even on there?
You know, now it's so clear. Now it is so clear to me. You've not seen
It's
those
like,
3
it's
movies.
like it's at this point it's like questionable whether I even own a TV.
Yeah.
Oh God, please don't pick The Prestige. Somebody.
God, Auburn got
That was a
so
great
mad when he
movie.
found out I hadn't watched Godfather.
That was
Godfather.
good times.
Enemy at the Gates. Yeah, that's another one of my
Yeah,
favorites.
yeah, I like that one. Yeah,
It's another one of my favorites.
is that what's his name?
Jude and Rachel
Law.
Weisz and
Oh yeah, what's the one with it's across enemy lines or across enemy lines or something like that.
yeah, that was with Owen Wilson.
Yeah, Owen Wilson. That's probably one of his better ones.
Behind Enemy Lines, maybe it was.
Behind enemy lines. Yeah,
That was good too, actually, back in the day.
yeah, that was good.
And
He should have made more movies like that.
All right. Andrew, you said anything else you want to finish up before we roll out here that we were going to roll out?
Oh
20
no,
minutes
sorry.
ago?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
just like I said, like 20 minutes ago. Thank you for letting us be on. And
Yeah. It's a good time. Miss Blue.
Yeah.
Anything you want to finish up before we roll out?
Pineapple's really good on pizza.
Yeah, there we go.
dare you?
I want to say thank you to Cosmics for coming on the show.
Good to see him.
Jizz Planet, if you're a follower of that on Twitter, you may want to follow him on Twitter. He does post some interesting stuff.
It was hilarious.
I enjoyed that he came on here, and I opened up the panel anytime that anybody wants to jump on the panel. I've heard there's a few things that may be lined up for next week. I will let you know once I have locked that down, giving you a teaser about what we may have planned. If not, jump in for next Wednesday night, 5 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. on the UK. That is 2 p.m. on the West Coast.
As Redneck just said, what time Wednesday, ARB?
10 p.m. UK, 5 p.m. Eastern, and I think is it 4 p.m. Western or is it 6 p.m. Western?
Two on the West Coast.
It's 3 hours.
You guys being
Yep.
stupid. Random
Time zones. And we got time zones.
We got big giant country, honey. Not your country.
Like you got a postage stamp of a country.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Province.
There's less idiots in mine though.
That's true.
That's
totally
true,
true.
but they're more concentrated.
But
All right,
you
so
good luck with that.
so again, thanks for Jizz Planet for joining the chat, and it was a good time. I enjoyed everybody coming on here for Friday nights. This is fun. Have a few beverages, just bullshit. And Wednesday we'll be doing movies. So again, streaming matters to us because streaming matters to you. And we'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.